Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Designer Inspiration. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. My name is Rebecca Redican, and today it's Sunday, and it's a very special Sunday because I have got a last chance section as well as a price avalanche section. I have also got brand new Sari silks and a wonder in my guest designer section today. It is the lovely Sara Elvin. Hi, love.
Hello.
You look like you've had so much fun with this new Sari silk.
Do you know, it is beautiful to work with and so colourful, which I love. And it puts so much shine and sparkle into your jewellery, and it's beautiful to work with.
I adore your pieces today. Honestly, this is, the way you've used it almost doesn't look like thread, does it?
No. On one of the pieces, it doesn't look like thread at all.
No.
In fact, my son said, "Is that wire?" And I said, "No, it's thread." So it even got him, and he was really close up to it. So
yeah. Oh my goodness, honestly, genuinely, this today is going to be something completely different to what you've seen before with these new products. And we've got a real beautiful feel to them. Talk to us about your first designer inspiration.
My first designer inspiration is using the new twisted Sari silk threads, which are divine.
Yeah.
And so colourful and so sparkly. They're beautiful to work with. And I've got some geodes as well. I'm not going to say any more than that now.
Just a sneaky little peek. I have got a price avalanche for you today. If you're not sure what that is, it means we're going to be starting off with our really high-end, beautiful pieces, going down in the price point though. So there should be something for everybody to get involved with today. And what about the second designer inspiration?
The second designer inspiration is something I had done previously, but I've never showed the technique, and I did it with some completely different materials, and it looks so different now. I've used these new the finer Sari threads.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. I'm just so pleased with it. I've got one piece that looks like a bit like peacock feathers, and I've got another piece, as I said, looks a bit like wire when it's been used. So I'm so excited to show you the techniques.
It does look so phenomenal. Honestly, so many treats for you today. Got a bit of a team switcheroo today in the situation. Ben was on the morning show. You might have seen him being a detective at some point. But I've got the lovely Sam with me this afternoon, looking after me. Where are you? There she is. So you are in very safe hands. Let's get started with some goodies, shall we? Do you want a little sneaky peek? Do you want a little sneaky peek of some of the things I've got coming up? I have got really low quantity of some things today. We've got a whole kind of last chance section where everything in that section is last chance saloon quantities. That means 30 or less. In there, I have got treats for you, such as the tanzanite. That's in there, isn't it? Tanzanite last chance. Last chance. I've also got some stunning amber. That's in the last chance as well. Where is it? Over here. This is last chance as well. Amber coming up for you today. It's the cognac colour. This is coming up for you. What time are we doing that last chance section? About 4 o'clock. Okay, we're coming to it about 4. And there's lots more other goodie treats in there, including, I'm not going to show you exactly what it is, but including the gem collector piece. So, loads of goodies. Let's get started. Where are we going, love? She's just gone. Say it again. On the right. Okay. Starting off with a bundle. We got there. It's all right. It's a Sunday. I love Sundays. I adore Sundays. Sundays are those days where you can sort of do whatever you like, aren't they? There's something nice about Sundays. It's, you know, in some parts of the world, like, one of my aunties lives on like an army base in Germany, and they have a thing on Sundays where you're not meant to, or you're not allowed to, have your washing on the line. So you're not meant to do the washing up on Sunday. Yeah, amazing that, isn't it? I love that idea. Not that I ever would do my washing on a Sunday anyway. Sunday's the day you rest. Sunday's the day for treating yourself to things, isn't it?
It is.
Fast food, rubbish telly, go out shopping, get yourself something a little special.
It's normally snuggling on the couch with the kids, not doing anything, watch a kiddie movie, make some popcorn.
Yeah, you're so right. It's Sunday, so it's time to treat you to some real treats. And we're going to start off with Leaf Love. Take a look. I adore these colour lilies. We gave these to, I want to say Fleur. Oh, Pete, can you pass me that, you little love? That's it, yeah, thank you. Brother Pete, epic, as usual. I wonder if, I'm not sure it's the exact same one, but look at how these have been used on this design. So these are your little colour lily stones that we have got. Aren't they beautiful? It's your fancy jasper that we have on this strand, 170 carats worth. Now these are the calla lily shape, and the way that they're drilled means that you can add a little stamen, a little sprig of some seed beads if you want, or, well actually as we've done in this design here, you can see, we've added on just a head pin through there and just added a little cluster of the gems. It adds a beautiful little feel to it, doesn't it? I've then got, I understand why this has been put in the bundle, because pre-night does look like it has leaves and pieces of organic captured within it, doesn't it? It's beautiful. This is your pre-night faceted round strand, 12mm on these, 380 carats worth we've got here. And it's a real gentle tone in the background, but then you have these shards running through the pre-night, which just gives it a real nice internal texture. They are quite large, aren't they? But they're not overpowering because they have got that delicate sparkle. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, I have got 78 carats worth. Ooh, that just gleamed. Of your labradorite. Loads and loads and loads of different textures and different shapes running through this entire bundle, isn't there? Now, these 7x9mm that we have on these. If you're looking for that beautiful organic feel, but perhaps you're not one of those people who wants to work with your chits and nuggets, you prefer the shapes and you prefer the kind of organic nature to come from within the gem, then I would honestly say that this is going to be for you, especially at the price. Should be. I'm not staying there. £27.35. Please remember for me that that takes into account any discounts that's already done on these 3 strands. Your price today, though, £17.95. That's almost £10 off. It should have been over £27. It's £17.95 for you on this today. That is so wonderful. Sarah, what would you do with these, lovely lady?
Ooh. They're just so nature inspired. I think I'd want to do a little, maybe like a running vine piece of wire work with them, or maybe some sort of bracelet where they're actually like on a wave almost, like on a vine coming around it, because I think that would just really just overemphasize the fact of the nature feel from them. And I would probably use some antique bronze toned wire to keep it really sort of that autumnal feel coming through. And that would just be really nice. I'll just keep them nice and simple. Those calla lilies make beautiful earrings as well. Just simple. Just one little drop in the inside on a head pin, just into a simple pair of earrings.
Simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really simple, but really workable.
That's it. And I think sometimes we overthink designs.
Yeah.
Sometimes the simple ones just work so well, especially when you've got the gemstone doing all the work for you.
I adore that. I really adore that idea. And at this price point as well, it's almost £10 off. And that means, realistically, that the saving you're getting on this bundle is the kind of price point we usually have as a saving only on the designer inspiration kits, isn't it? Very rarely will we just do you a bundle with 3 beautiful gemstones and give that much of a price point drop. Normally we reserve around the £10 mark for the designer inspiration kits, don't we? But not today. £17.95 for you on these. Wonderful price point. Should have been over £27 today. Wow. Okay, these have only been seen once before. Oh my good, this is drama. This is passion, and genuinely, when we're talking about the quality of this, you are going to be blown away. I'm sure a lot of you already know and have in your mind how pearls are priced. If you don't know, really quickly I'll say general rules. The larger they are, the more expensive they are. This is 10 mil, so that really is very sizable. The average that you'll see on our strands here are around the 7, 8 mil, aren't they? 10 mil, so that's big. We're already up in price point now. These are perfect rounds as well. Perfect rounds. So that makes the price go up, because with the potato pearls, etc., the price point can be a little bit lower, because to get perfect rounds from Mother Nature is such a rarity. So 10 mil perfect rounds, the price is going up again. And then with pearls, what you want to look for is the smoothness of the pearls, especially when we're working with rounds. Obviously, on a kesha, you're not looking for smoothness, but on a perfect round, look for smoothness. Are there lots of dimples in this? Are there lots of lines running down this and almost indentations? Or is it just beautiful, serious quality, smooth, huge round pearls? How smooth are these? Genuinely, just remember for me that the camera in front of me has 40 times magnification. Look at how smooth these are. There's not loads of dimples, there's not loads of lines, there's not lots of... Look at that, oh my goodness. There's not lots of pits and craters running throughout this, is there? There is just beautiful, smooth elegance to these. Now that already is taking your price point up. I'll be completely honest with you on this. When we have our pre-production meetings, we talk about, you know, what's coming up and what price point they're doing. But we don't always have times to come down and rummage through and have a look at every single one. We just look at a picture on your screen, the ones that you could probably see on the internet. And of course, especially with pearls, it's quite hard to tell the quality. Now that I have it in front of me, with the sizing, with the smoothness, with that perfect round in this most gorgeous of colours, I am absolutely head over heels blown away at the price point I'm about to bring you. Genuinely astonished. This to me, now I've got it in front of me, even at jewellery maker prices, this to me is one of our £25 strand. Easily. It is, isn't it? Do you love it?
I just love the colour as well. So unusual.
It's like midnight blue, isn't it?
It is. It's just, you know, that strand is going to work so well with the first kit that's coming up as well, if you wanted to use those with that as well.
You are completely right. Now, you obviously, you know, you're here quite a lot, Sarah. You know the prices we do on pearls. We're very competitive. When you're working with plain rounds, and genuinely, you can see how smooth these are. That is bringing up the price point. Even at our prices, what kind of price point would you expect for these?
I would see these being on the higher end of the pearl strand, so probably at the £20 sort of mark. I would see, because A, it's the size and the absolute smoothness. There's no lines on there. No. They're not, you know, they're not a potato, what we would know as a potato pearl. I know some of ours come across as potato pearls, but are very, very smooth as well. Yeah. These are just way out there. They're just top drawer quality. And then you've got the unusual tone of the colour as well, which just makes them even more, in my eyes, even more desirable. It's
going to go, these, to have them in this colour, it is so unusual. I don't think I've ever seen such a deep, rich pearl myself.
Yeah, they're you know, what I would almost, not quite a Tahitian pearl, but they're on that sort of, on that wave of that sort of colour tone.
You're absolutely right.
And they're just, I can see these just, if you want to keep it really simple, just use them with your natural tones of pearls, your creams and your whites. Or if you wanted to take it on a different level, what about putting some labradorite with those? Just having that drama of special, that optical effect next to those pearls.
Isn't that special?
Lovely.
I would go as far as to say, and I actually don't think I've ever said this of pearls before, but I would pair this personally with tanzanite.
they're of that quality. They are so high end. Yeah.
That's how luxurious these pearls are. I've never said that for pearls before, but when you have this quality, I know the price point of this, obviously. We talk about it in the meetings beforehand, and I've remembered for once the price point of these. I genuinely, 110%, just looking on a screen in front of me, thought, okay, yeah, it's pearls, I understand that price point. I did not realise this quality was there. This, to me, is a £24.95 strand. And it truly, truly is. £24.95. I know for a fact I have done pearls around this quality and around this size, in fact maybe even smaller, at £24.95. I genuinely have no idea how I'm about to bring these to you for this price. This is not £17.95 worth of pearls at all. These are genuinely the pinnacle point of quality when it comes to, when we look at pearls, what are we looking for? You're looking for size. I have got that, tick. I mean, double figures on size. That is an epic size for pearls. You're then looking for roundness. Tick, I've got that, it's a perfect round. It's not slightly 1 mil out a perfect round, it's a perfect round, which brings your price point up again. And look at the smoothness of these. That's a huge, huge thing that determines price generally. A massive thing that determines price generally is the smoothness, because as you understand, it's Mother Nature that makes these. And Mother Nature very rarely works with smoothness, very rarely creates, you know, a perfect round and a perfectly smooth shape. But you have got it here. Have we got a messaging about this? Shake it against my neck. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, I love this. Sara, I'm right. Are they potato pearls? Real pearls. They're very uniform, like shell. Very lovely. They are genuine pearls. They're not shell pearl. They look it, don't they? They look it, they're not. That is the quality we are offering to you here. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Right, okay, I've fallen in love with these so much, I've been rambling on. They're flying out. I'm so sorry, I didn't, don't worry, I think I've got, I'm safe in saying I've got an all right quantity, have I? So I've got quite a decent quantity, but I will say to you, your names have already gone off my screen. I have got a couple of multi-buyers on this as well. Honestly, just to say to everyone who's got this, congratulations on this piece. I genuinely think you're going to be blown away. At that price, you have 100% got yourself an absolute bargain. I'm a bit jealous of you, congratulations, everybody. Okay, now, why do we have to do this now? It's so frustrating. It's frustrating to me that I know that what I hold in my hand is a firework of explosions, not literally, obviously. It frustrates me that when I look at this over here, I am getting pinhead effects unlike I have ever seen in any other opal. This is the strand of opal that I've brought to you a couple of times now, and this is a strand of opal that I know you're not going to be able to see even a quarter of what this has to offer me. This is the strand that I've sometimes taken into workshops, and I've played little 3 words with people in the workshops. So I've got people involved, and I've shown them the picture of it that you can see now if you're watching on the website. You know, that picture, I've shown them that picture and gone, what do you think? You know, what do you think? And they've gone, oh, you know, yeah, it looks okay, or how much is it? Oh, not sure. And then I've just gone, here you go, look at it in real life, and whoa, everyone just like, wow, that looks completely different. I have had 3 words, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now, some of them, but I know someone described it as fireworks, someone said magical, magnificent, neon words were mentioned as well. You're not about to see any of that, but what I will, you know how important opal is to me. You know as well that I would never bump up an opal to be something it wasn't, because you'd get it home, you'd send it back, and you probably wouldn't buy opal from me again because you'd think, oh wow, you know, she's over the top about it. You know, I'm never ever over exaggerate on opal because I genuinely want everyone to own it, so that you all know, for me, how frustrating it is showing it to you, knowing that the camera and the lights in here are going to dull it out. I want you to get this home and go, oh, actually, Becky, yeah, she is straight to the point, like that, she is honest. Next time she says that, you know, opal's got some colour play, I'm going to believe it even if I can't see it. This is special, and I mean spectacular. This is by far the highest quality of opal we have ever had here at Jewellery Maker. Take a little look and use your imagination, please. It just does not do it justice. There's a tiny little bit of green in there. Sara, come on over.
I knew you were going to ask me to.
I want to show you this out of the light source.
Oh my goodness me, I'm getting oranges and pinks. Wow, then blues and greens, and can I have it?
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous? Let me show you out of the, let me show you kind of out of the, sorry, I'm going to turn my hands now.
Yeah.
Come on in. Have a little look when it's kind of out of these horrendous lights.
It does so much more. Do you know, I've had a strand of this for, I don't think it was this one, but I have had a strand of these opals for a challenge, and I was just blown away because I could take it out of the studio and have a good look at it. And honestly, the colour play when you get it home, especially when you get it into natural daylight, in one source, natural daylight, you're going to be blown away. Honestly, for the size of them, the colour play and everything is amazing, just amazing, and they're so versatile as well.
Because it is astonishing.
You can do what you've just done there and twist them and get even more sort of dynamics and play. Because I can see it from the back and the lights are at the front, I'm actually seeing all the pinks and the oranges coming through. And some of them have got that real clear sort of what you class as an opalescence, that real clear background on which the opalescence is coming through on. And then some of them have got a little bit more of a colour tone, but they're absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning, aren't they? Oh. They really, really are. Thank you, Sarah. I'd like to get a second opinion.
Beautiful.
Your price point on these today is wonderful. £11.95. This isn't a £12 quality strand. This, to me, quality-wise, could actually be in triple figures. That's not an exaggeration, it could be. Because with the quality of this opal, it could demand that price, and I think people probably still would get it. £11.95. You got that picture I sent you? Now, I took a picture of this last time just on my phone because with so many lenses, there's so many pieces of, oh yeah, you can see actually quite well on the left one, can't you? You can see some more of the greens coming through there. To have a picture taken on your phone, there's one lens, so it doesn't get rid of as much of the colour. So you can see some of the greens sort of popping through there, can't you? Just trust me on this. Thank you everyone who's getting your hands on this. Do you know what? If you've got this strand, give us a message in, please. Give me a message in. And if you think I've spoken absolute rubbish and you're like, oh, there's no colour play on mine at all, just say it. Say it. Because I know that's not the truth. Because I know how stunning this is. Jewellerymaker.com, you can get involved with us today, or text us 60777. We have got brand new Sari coming up. Do you want a little sneaky peeky? Oh. Ooh, this is coming up for you in a little bit, as well as those geodes. Oh, wowzers. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you more about that later. Congratulations, everyone. £11.95. Very, very, very many people coming in for this. Thank you all for trusting me on this one. And I promise you, I've not let you down. What number, love, sorry? Hey, folks. These have got some heat to them, haven't they? Don't forget, I've got a price avalanche coming up for you in a little bit. I've got designer inspiration in me a moment. Brand new Sari silk, pearls, got more pearls. I've got last chance offers on things like tanzanite and just some stunning gemstones in that. Don't forget, I've got the gem collectors section as well. Last time I've had the gem collectors section, which is these gorgeous high quality pinnacle points of gemstones. Last time I've had them, I think I've had about 15 and that's it, and they have gone within less than 2 minutes. I've got 37 of these today though, so you've got a bit more of a chance. This is your stunning citrine. That is rich, isn't it? This is going to be part of Wonderful Sara's challenge. Ooh. These are big and bold statement pieces, aren't they? 135 carats worth we have here of your citrine. Look at it. Look at the brightness internally within that fiery goodness, isn't it? What are your ideas with this, lovely Sara?
Do you know, I think with those ones, I'm just going to keep it really simple and maybe use some gold tones of findings and go for a really classic feel with them. So I might just use 3 of the larger ones and see if I can make some sort of quite simple but elegant neckline piece. Because I think they just stand, because they're so substantial, they'll stand beautifully just having 3 of them for a neckline piece.
That's the idea.
And then I think I'll just try and use the rest of the strand to make it like maybe a matching bracelet and earrings. I think I'm going to keep it really, really simple and classic though, because to me they are doing so much on their own. I don't want to put too much around them and lose the gemstones. I know that I'm not going to lose them because they're so substantial, but I want that play of light around them so they can actually catch all the light and have all that natural colour coming through. They're beautiful.
They really are, aren't they?
And they're happy. They make me happy. I don't know why. Every time I see them, they make me smile.
Well, it is said to be the gemstone of happiness.
Yeah, they do. They just got that real internal sunshine.
Yeah, you're right. They do, especially with this quality, because the light's spanning through and it's big, bright sunshine, isn't it? The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's giving low prices all day. Your price today, just $7.95 for you. I know, that just came to me. It's madness, isn't it? Honestly. Sounds like I planned it for weeks, but no, it literally just came into my head. I don't know. £7.95 for you today. Congratulations. Have I had a message in about that opal? Go on then, let's have a little look. Can you put the opal in on the bottom of the screen? Do you mind? This is from Vera. Hello Vera, you alright? These opal strands are fantastic. I gasped when I saw them. Had to buy another strand. They just took me, they just look at me every day. I have not used them. You haven't used them yet. Vera, thank you so much for messaging that in. It is, isn't it? It is and you love them so much you have to get yourself another one. That goes to show you, doesn't it, the quality. That's what's at the bottom of your screen right now. Thank you for sending that in, lovely lady. Do you understand, Vera, my frustration and how annoying it is? Because you can't see anywhere near it. If you're looking for a little bit of a surprise, if you want to get, you know, when you get your package delivered, your Jewellery Maker goodies, if you want to get that moment where you open a box and you think, oh, I cannot suggest a better strand for that. I really, really can't. It's at the bottom of your screen now, 11.90. Thanks for that, lovely Vera, you lovely lady. £7.95 for you today. Now, I've got plenty of new Sari silk for you today. Loads and loads. Both of which are in my designer inspiration. Where did I get this from? I'm just sort of, you know, when you ever get those days where you're like, where am I putting things? Where does this come from? Here, love it. I have got loads of new Sari silky things for you today. Quite different feels. I've got the original, as it were, coming up. I've got your the yarn coming up as well. We haven't had this in for ages, have we? I've also got your brand news. Now I've got a brand new type, which is the twisted thick Sari silk in this first designer inspiration kit. And my second designer inspiration kit, you're just gonna love it. It is a thread Sari silk, really beautiful. Let's get started though, shall we, with this? Now, first off, let's start off with the gems, shall we? Unusual place to start, but they're so bedazzling and beguiling, I really do not want to miss these. Those geodes are spectacular. So, I've got a really quite hefty selection of strands and gemstones here. Let's start off with this beautiful graduated strand. Faceted wonderfully. This is your beautiful quartz. Really, really deep colouring to these. Really spectacular teal, almost. Tealy, well no, sort of royal blue more, isn't it? And the, what is my graduation size on this? Graduation, because it's substantial, isn't it? Look at that massive size difference there. Doesn't say, does it? Well, how confusing. They are absolutely massive, though. 5 to 15. Pardon? It says 5 to 15. Does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does as well. Look at that. 4 people it took, and then Sara just knew it straight away, from 5mm to 15mm. That is a massive size difference, isn't it? 275 carats worth on this strand. That's beautiful. I've then got a crackle quartz coming at you, which is faceted also. This is your clear quartz, and you've got 240 carats worth on here. Internally, this is a really exciting strand. Do you want to take a real good look at it? Can you see on the inside? Let me put it against the white, maybe I'll see it better. That's a really intense crackle, isn't it? Which means you're getting this snowflake appearance almost. You're kind of getting this individuality. It's beautiful. The sizing on the clear quartz, as I've said, is 9mm. Beautiful crackle. And then lastly, for the strands, I've got your pearls. Aren't they pretty in colour? I love the colour of these. These are your blue cultured pearls. The sizing that I've got on this is 8x7, so they are the potato variety that I've got in front of us. A real nice richness to these. Ooh. Bedazzle. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous is that? Let me show you this. I've got 2. Now, these 2 different geodes, they look like they are to me. Rainbow coated quartz druzy we've got. 100 carats are going to be getting in each, but you will be getting the 2 different colours. You're going to get a rainbow variety, which is this one here, because you can see all the rainbow tones running across there. And you're going to be getting the purple as well. Do you want to have a real good look into these? Go on, feel free. I love, there is something about druzy that you can just kind of stare at for ages, and you kind of notice another bit, and oh, look at that bit down there. You have a little look for yourself. Druzy is beautiful in form. What happens is you have a host rock. So I'll show you the host rock. This is the host rock, okay? So if we imagine this is your host rock, this is your porous rock. Porous means that as a warm water in the crust of the earth will kind of settle over this, because it is porous, it will seep into the gem. Now what happens is it's a really hot water that's kind of got, it's a high level of silica, so it's a silica-based substance, really, really warm, running through the crust of the earth. It gets drawn into your host rock, and because it's a host rock, because it's hollow in the centre, when the silica-based substance enters this really cold area within it, they almost freeze in place. They don't have time to form a normal crystal structure. They just kind of stop in their tracks because the temperature and the pressure point changes so dramatically. It's not used to it in a way. So that's why you get this gorgeous internal effect with all of these, almost looks like glitter, doesn't it? It is absolutely spectacular. Just enjoy that for a moment. Gorgeous. Now, I've also got, which I haven't had in yonks. Mm-hmm. I can't think of the last time we've had these on.
No.
People are always asking. The Kumihimo ends.
You know, I use these for so many things, not just Kumihimo. I use them for my leather, my suede, wire work, all sorts of things that I just want to hide the ends of lots of workings, and you can use them whether you use them on their own, just to, as I have on one of the pieces, to actually then create a setting so you can add it onto a chain. If you've done some macrame, for instance, and you might want to set that to actually have a way of attaching it to a chain or something like that, or you can use them in the way that they are intended to have them as, you know, the clasping part of your design. You can use them in so many different ways. And
there is a lot in here as well, actually, isn't there?
There is.
You have got, of these, please remember for me, these are silver flash copper ends that we have here. You're going to be getting 2 of each of the sizes, so you're going to get 2 3mm, 2 4mm, 2 6mm, and 2 8mm. So 2 of each. You've then got the charm hanger here as well, of which you will be getting 4, I think it's right to say. Yeah, you're getting 4 of these. And then you've got the toggle clasps as well, with the connecting T-bar. And you're going to be getting 4 of these as well. So plenty of connectors here for you to work with. So 4 of these in total and 4 of the charm hangers. You also get jump rings as well with these, the kind of oval shape. Hang on. Oh, come here, you. The kind of, oh, don't mess about. It's Sunday, all right? Oh. Honestly, I think they should run training on how to work these. I really do. Some days I can tweeze away. There we go. The old finger. There we go. Have a look. That is so much better. There we go. Look. So much better than these things. There we go. Oh. Nope. So we've got all of that for you today with those cord ends, loads and loads of them. And then let's get on to the bit why everyone is already calling in. I've already got loads of these been allocated because A, you know it's got brand new product in it, B, you know it's got druzy in it, which is one of the most popular pieces at the moment. You know it's got pearls in it, which people are loving. Kumihimo ends, you know we've got in, which we honestly, I can't think of months it's been. And you know it's designer inspiration, so you know we're going to price drop it from the price you're seeing on screen at the moment in time if you're watching on the web. Talk to me about these, please. They are just magnificent.
I was saying to Hannah Oxbury, when I got this, I went up to the production office upstairs and there was a box with my name on it, and I opened it and I actually squealed when I saw these 2 kits. And I don't squeal, I'm not a squealy person, but I was so excited. They're lovely, amazing, and so easy to work with. I've used these and I thought, oh, maybe they'll fray at the ends when I was working with them. They didn't, they're beautiful. They are just a joy, and there's so much on there. It's really, I've got mine that I've been working with and I've still got loads left.
Really?
Yes, and I've set all my demos up and everything with the original pack. I haven't even touched my second pack of them, so they are just a joy, an absolute joy to work with. And if you like things like macrame and kumihimo and braiding and all those sorts of techniques, but you don't want to use a finer cord, these are brilliant, because I would normally have put lots of cords together to make something of this thickness, so I don't have to do it.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is spectacular. Let me get kind of a bit off for you, because I really want you to take a look around. This is going to be a sellout, I've just been told by my producer. 150 metres worth you get in total. 3 packs of this.
I knew it was a lot. I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, 150 metres. Take a look at it. So this is your Sari thread. Hang on, if I get my hand behind it, you get a better feeling, don't you? So it is the Colorzari beading thread that we have here. You've got the teal colour, which I'm showing you now. You have got your rich blue. Let me show you that as well. Gosh, how gorgeous would this be for men's pieces? Wouldn't that be really nice? Do you know what I'm thinking? Just this, because again, look, it's got this twinkle. It's hard to hold and swill. There you go. Look at that. It's because it's got this twinkle about it, but it's got a real kind of strengthy colour. It's going to be great for unisex pieces, isn't it? Just this with a little, you know, we've seen some guest designers do, Debbie Bulford in particular is coming to mind. She does the kind of dog tooth design with the polymer clay, doesn't she? Like a shark tooth feel. Just one of them on that. Done and dusted. Oh, how many have I got left? Okay, I've got about 2/3 of this kit left. Let me show you the silver as well, because I want you to know what you're getting. I want everyone to really be able to see this. 3 packs you've got. It's got this, it's strengthy. Look, I will tell you that for sure, it is strengthy. You can see obviously it is still a thread, so it is very, very malleable, very, very workable. It's got a beautiful twist to it, and it's a lovely feel against the skin as well, actually. 150 meters worth we've got. In the silver, the teal, and the royal blue. Now, I know you probably think, wait, I can't even remember what everything is, because there's so much. Everything you can see on screen right now, you will be getting. Your price should be now, please remember for me that we are not usually allowed to launch products as part of a kit like this, generally. Because think about it with strands. When we bring you new strands, we will 99.5% of the time bring it to you by itself, won't we? It won't be part of a bundle. Because when we get brand new products, of course, you're going to do it at the price point. We set it at the original price point so that everyone can get involved and everyone can enjoy it. The reason we don't generally put it in bundles or kits is because when we do bundles and kits on designer inspiration, it means that we're going to price slash. So essentially, we are now price slashing a brand spanking new product. You're going to be blown away at this price point. It's not £45.65. I'm going under 30. £28.95. Oh, there you all are. Hello, lovely ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Let's reiterate. £16, 70 saving.
I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. Just for the geodes and the cord, I'd pay that. Just for those 2 components, because they are so unusual to have the geodes, and they're beautiful. I just fell in love with them, and I had to use both of them. There was no chance I was just making one piece with just one of those in.
Special. Now, I've got just a real quick reiteration. You've got all the cord ends, don't forget. You're getting 2 of each of the sizes, the 3mm, the 4mm, etc. You're getting 4 of the connectors. You're getting 4 of the T-bars, toggle clasp, with loads of jump rings as well. 2 geodes, strand of pearls, strand of graduated quartz from 5 or 15mm. You've got the 9mm quartz, and you've got those brand new Sari silks as well. So lots of treats and goodies for you today.
Do you know, just so lucky. I don't know what I've done. I did say to Pip I didn't know what I'd done to deserve getting these beautiful kits.
We just adore you. Simple as that.
There you go. Just amazing.
If you're looking at that cord and thinking, well, what am I going to do with that? Prepare to let your imagination go wild with a little bit of a help from Sarah's gorgeous designs. Take a look at these. I've only got 20 left of this kit. How many did I start with? I started off with almost 100, 88, did you say? Not got many left. 20 left, about close to that in baskets. Look at this spectacular selection. Look at my brand new bracelet as well. This is the one that you gave me a sneaky peek of in the show the other day when you were doing the workshop, isn't it?
It is. And I gave the ladies on the workshop a sneaky peek of these new cords, and they were all very impressed, and they were all going to tune in today and hopefully get their hands on them. So I'm hoping. The ladies in your workshop the other day were lovely. Oh, they were, and they made so much jewellery. I think they all went home with about 6 or 7 pieces of jewellery made. So
hard, didn't you?
I did. Ooh, you need this as well. You need to have this. We haven't had these for ages.
Back in stock. I gave you a little clue that these were coming yesterday. I don't want to show you yet. All I'll say is that a lot of you will be made to feel very zappy at home. Naff. Sorry. How was this to work with as a whole? You can tell you've had fun.
It was amazing. When I got those geodes, and I thought, I need to set them, but I want to set them so that the fronts are completely open. So I put my thinking cap on a little bit, because I didn't want to put the cords over the front of the where that beautiful sort of druzy effects coming through on those. I wanted them to be open. So I did two different techniques. This one's a macrame technique. Which is one that I've used before to set cabochons with, but never to set an irregular shape, and it works beautifully because it's actually sort of caged in there and it can't get out. And then this one's a free-form netting style. If you turn it over, it's got free-form netting on the back.
Oh, lush.
So we're going to learn how to do that.
Oh, I love that. Brilliant. So that's what we're having a look at today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost a sellout. I mean, if you lot checked out your baskets, it would be gone. So please do be quick. Don't worry, if you've missed out on this, I have got some of our original Sari silk. I've got the Sari yarn, and I've got a brand new Sari product coming up later on as well. So do not worry, okay? 5 or 6 left. That's it. £28.95. Congratulations to everyone. Lovely jubbly. So where are we starting?
Okay, so we have to just start, and the most difficult thing you're going to have to do with this kit is decide which one of these two geodes you're going to use first, because they're amazing. And these are my second set, so you can see how beautifully individual they are, but how amazing are the qualities in there. Look at that.
Special, isn't
Aren't they just amazing? And I love the way that the colouring is on the flat here as well, and they just mirror beautifully. So you're going to see all of that when you wear it and you're moving. So that's the difficult bit. We're going to choose which one to use. And
okay, that's the hard bit.
Yeah, done. I think I'm going to use that one personally. Okay. There we go. And then what you need to do is you need to cut 3 lengths. And these are, I always do it like this, an arm and a bit, long each, and you want 3 of them. And this is all the cord we're going to use to set that whole geode. And just to let everybody know at home, this is my pack of cords that I've done everything from, and all my demos, and that's what I've got left.
All your demos, all your prep?
All my prep, everything. I did a few pieces that I didn't like, and everything.
Oh my goodness,
and I've still got all of that left.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is mad, isn't it?
It is. So that's my personal box.
All that.
Okay, so really easy to start off with. What we're going to do is, on one of my pieces of my Sari cord, I'm going to tie a slip knot.
Okay.
And the slip knot, all it is you're going to take the cord, form a loop with the cross on top, and you're going to pick the piece that's going underneath and bring it through. Oops, not bring it through. Bring it through like that and then pull. And this is going to create like a little sort of lasso shape. So I've got this little lasso shape.
Okay.
And the reason I did that is I wanted to be able to size it to the geode. And I thought if I tie a knot in it, I won't be able to make it bigger and smaller. Okay. So what this is going to do is this is going to be the part that sits on the front of my geode.
Okay.
So I want it to be roughly the same diameter as the geode, like that.
I see.
So that's a simple bit. And then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put my lasso underneath my geode and my geode on top of it, like that.
Okay.
And it seems a bit crazy. And this actual first knot is going to be at the bottom of my design. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to anchor my geode to my workspace with my macrame pins. If you haven't got macrame pins, use something that you can pin into your macrame board.
Okay.
It could be, if you've got a piece of 1mm wire that you've hammered, you might be able to put that into your board. Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to attach my other 2 cords onto my, my lasso. And to do that, very, very easy. Create a loop in the centre of my other cut cords, and these are the same length as the other one. They're all the same length. Take it underneath that piece, bring the loop through, and catch the tails with your fingers in the loop. So this is like tying a luggage label knot.
Okay.
And that's going to attach those onto the side of my lassoed piece. I'm going to do exactly the same with the other one. We're going to do that. And take it through and pull that knot tight as well. And if you find these difficult to pull tight, just pull one cord first and then pull the other one, and that will tighten the knot up.
Okay.
pull one and pull the other. And you want these roughly the same distance down on either side. You already see that I'm going to be able to start to knot those together to create that sort of netted effect. So I'm going to put my geode back on top of all of my cords like that, and I want this to sort of stay where it is. So what I'm going to do is with my macrame pins is I'm going to put them over the top so it almost anchors it in so it can't lift.
Okay.
So you can see I'm just doing those at an angle just to get that to stay. And then what I'm going to do is take the 2 bottom cords and bring them over my geode. And I'm going to take the cord that's to the right hand side, the top one, and I'm going to knot these 2 together, and then I'm going to knot those 2 together.
Okay.
And this will start to form that netted shape.
Okay, just before you get into this, just because that is a sellout, I'm sorry, that's why the graphics have gone off, it is a sellout. Congratulations everyone. Do not worry though, because I'm going to bring you some yarn now that you can most certainly do this technique with, especially with this one.
Yep, especially with that one, definitely. You could do it with that. And also you can do the Kumihimo design at the top of the piece, which I'm going to show you. You can do that with these as well.
So don't worry, don't forget I've got some Sari thread coming up for you in a little bit. This is your yarn that I'm bringing to you now as part of a yarn and ribbon bundle. So this yarn is going to be perfect for this technique.
Yes, yes, you could do it with this yarn beautifully. So
it's a similar thickness.
It is.
Similar feel to it. Now you have got 75 grams worth on each of these, which is loads and loads. If you haven't seen our Sari silk before, it's because we haven't had it for months. Because whenever we get it in, boom, it goes. It goes so fast. You absolutely adore it out there. Really simply, all you have to do is you'll see there's a white thread running through. All you have to do is snip it and it comes off in a large loop. So it's a continuous loop. All of this is kind of all threaded together, so it's one long piece, and it comes in a huge loop, so it's really workable. You're not going to be untangling it for days, and it's really easy to work off the loop as well. You have got 75 grams of each of these, so this is the yarn, perfect for this technique. You've then got the ribbons, so the ribbons themselves are a completely different kettle of fish that we pull off a section for you. This is your ribbon.
Again, you can Kumihimo with this ribbon beautifully, and it makes beautiful, chunky, sort of scarf type effects.
Oh, I love that. I've seen some of your pieces done with these, and you adore working with the Sari ribbon, don't you?
I do. So versatile. I just love textures in my jewellery, and when you mix and match your textures with your threads and cords together, it just works beautifully.
It really does, doesn't it? Some of the sections of yours as well will have these little imprints within them. Can you see? Well, I say imprints, they are of course sewn on, but can you see? Everyone's going to be slightly different. It's all the same colouring, but you get these beautiful little designs that randomly pop up and you go, oh wow, I didn't know that was there. So you've got this one, which is your peachy colour, and you've got...
I'm just thinking for autumn, it's just an amazing palette for autumn and winter, and you know, when it's a bit dark and you want something just a little bit lighter and you want something a little bit vibrant, this has got lovely colour tones running through it.
It really is beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. You can, if you're, who is it that irons their Sari silk? There is a guest designer.
I don't know if it'll be Gemma, because I don't know if she...
No, I don't know. It's not Gemma. She's not an iron kind of gal. Not saying that she doesn't iron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember who it is. There is a guest designer though who has to iron their Sari silk. You can iron it if you want, but it is gorgeous with this kind of natural feel.
You know, I could give you a sneaky tip if you do want to iron it. And you don't want to get your iron out. If you get a piece of greaseproof, fold it in half and put it in between your hair straighteners. And you can run this ribbon through the greaseproof in between your hair straighteners. Just be careful it doesn't get too hot. So the greaseproof should
Do you want me to let you into something?
Protect it.
That's how I iron my dresses. Yeah, because I stay in hotels when I'm here, because obviously I'm a Cheshire girl. So when I'm down here in Redditch, I do, you know, like at the end of your skirts that turn up when they've been. No, just run my straighteners over it in the morning.
There you go.
This is your Sari sunset. You've got one of your yarns, two of your ribbons. Your price should be £17.85. However, we're going down low. Really?
Where's my phone?
Now, I know the price of this because when we did have it, all of those many, many months ago, we used to do triple bundles quite often, and my triple bundles were $9.95. I know that for a fact. I knew whenever we had a triple bundle on like this, it was $9.95. That was the go-to price point. $9.95 for 3, yeah, done, bargain. Helena is producer and she's been here almost 4 months now, and we haven't had the Sari silk in that time, so obviously she hasn't got a clue that a trio, when we price slash it, is always $9.95. It always is. $8.95 with producer Helena today, you cheeky little kitten. I love it. There is loads of you getting your hands on this. Honestly, this is going to be a sellout as well. I have got some more coming up for you in a little bit. If you want the yarn though, this specific yarn, which I know is one of our biggest sellers, this is the only selection I've got for you at this moment in time. So if you want the yarn, this is your time to get the yarn. I've got more ribbon coming up later though. $8.95 for all 3, should have been nearly £18 though. So a massive saving on this today. Congratulations. Let's continue.
Right, okay, so we've got all our geode tacked onto our macrame board, and I've just put this last pin here, and it's just going through the loop that was underneath the geode, just so it doesn't scoot out when I start tying cords.
Okay, good tip.
So what we've done is we've just quickly recap the ones that were our first original cords coming over from the middle, and then the ones we added to the left and right, I'm taking the uppermost one. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to do create those sort of knots, and you can do this any way you want. I mean, if you want to tie it in a granny knot, that's absolutely fine. I'm a little bit more sort of do it in a macrame style knot, so I'm actually going to tie a couple of half hitch knots into this. Okay. And the way to do that is to take the one that's coming to your right hand side and cross it over the one from the middle and create that loop, and then pull through, and that will tie the first one of our knots. And the first couple you do are the hardest ones you'll do on this. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take that loop, same cord, but I'm going to take it to the opposite side of my holding cord. I see. Like that. Yeah. And then tie the next knot. And don't worry if this hasn't pulled tight at the bottom here, just to start off with, because we can tighten it up. And that's our first little knot gone in. So it's
almost like a little pretzel shape.
I can hold it up so you can see the knot on.
There we go. Can you see that?
There. If I put my finger behind it, can you see it?
Yeah,
there we go. So yeah, so it's that little knot there. As I say, you can do this any way you want. I mean, you could literally just tie any type of knot that will hold the 2 cords together. Okay. But that's the it's a vertical half hitch. If anyone's looking for what that is, that's what that is. And then what I'm going to do is going to do the same with the other cords on this side. So it's still the middle cord and the one to the left that's on the top. So I've got 2 at the left, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to take that cord from the left, I'm going to take it over my central cord and pull the tail through, pull that down, and then I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So it was on the left, and now I'm going to do it on the right. Same cord I'm tying with. So just hold one of them in your hand and don't let go of it. That'll be your holding cord. And then tie that like that. So now we've got 2 knots in, and we can pull that a little bit tighter. There we go. And we've got 2 automatically coming back to the sides and 2 in the middle again. So I'm going to tie these 2 in the middle. This will help start forming that knotted shape. So you can do these any which way you like, just as long as you get a knot in there. And can you see that netting starting to form?
Yeah, I see. It's brought it back together.
It has. And then I'm going to bring the other ones from the sides up to their partners. You'll see they've always got a partner next to them, so always work in the little rows of partners. Okay. And then I'll show you what we need to do, which is a slightly different in a sec. So I'm going to do that there. I'm going to do this one on this side. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to have to lift this up and do a little bit of knotting onto our lasso underneath. So I'm just going to pull that tight. And this is the bit where you might panic and think, oh my goodness, I've got to lift this up. Right. Don't panic, it'll go back in, it's not a problem, and these knots won't come undone. So you just need to unpin everything. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're just going to turn this over like this. And I just moved it so I can get my cords. So I need to now knot onto my little lasso here. And to do that, I'm going to take this cord and I'm going to take it over the top of my lasso and form a loop on this side.
Okay.
Like that, and pull that through. And don't worry if your geode moves at this point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same cord, but I'm going to take it and form a loop, and I'm going to go underneath the little lasso.
Okay.
And pull that through. I'm trying to do this without getting my fingers in too much in the way. And then take it through the loop that's on that side.
All right.
and underneath. If you just remember, you're going to do one where the original cord goes over the top of the lasso and one where the original cord goes underneath the lasso. So you'll hear me when I'm knotting quite a lot, as I said to the ladies in the braiding workshop, under and over and under and over.
So you know where
so you know where you are. And then I need to do the same on this side. So again, over first. Then I'm going to create a little loop. I'm going to go under, pull that through, and then I've got this little loop on this side. I'm going to pull it into there. And if you don't get these tight enough to start off with, you can just tighten them as you go. So can you see already that that's starting to come together?
Yeah, you can see that forming already.
It is. And also, if I lift this up now, my geode is already starting to get anchored into there. It's not as tight as I would like it to be at the minute, but it is anchored in there. So it's like a little bag for it to sit in. Yes. So I'm just going to turn it back over again. And again, I'm just going to anchor it back to my board with all the cords facing me. Just literally 1, 2 macrame pins, just so it just doesn't lift. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tying a few more of those knots. Again, just quickly get them all knotted together for you so you can actually see how this is coming together. And then we'll be ready to finish off. Now it's moved, but it doesn't matter. I didn't anchor it very well. So we are now ready.
Always working with those pairs still.
Always working with the pairs. Any way you want to knot them. I have been doing granny knots and things with these, but it doesn't matter.
What, Sarah, is a granny knot?
A granny knot, it's, you know, when you tie your shoelaces and you end up with a knot that won't come undone. You know, if you tie a bow and you end up with that horrible, it's when you do 2 overhand knots, but if you do 2 overhand knots the correct way, you'll end up with a reef knot.
You're right.
And if you do it the wrong way, you end up with a granny knot.
I've never heard of that.
Have you never heard of a granny knot?
No, because as soon as you said it, I instantly had a picture of me grandma kind of like tangled in a mini web.
Okay, so you'll be able to take it.
That was funny. It's me talking about grandma tying a knot. Sarah just goes, ha ha ha. So,
anyway, that's the important things in life.
Oh, I love it. Okay, my granny's out of a knot. Let's carry on.
Right, okay. So at home, you'll get this a lot tighter than I have. Okay, and you'll end up with your beautiful net on the back, and you'll end up with a lasso coming around the front like that. And that's all your knots tied together. And again, you'll be able to take a lot more time at home and get this really neat and tight.
Okay.
So now I've got 6 cords running from my geode. So I want to pick 2 to start off with. I'm going to anchor those down to my macrame board.
Okay.
If you haven't got a macrame board, you could use a cushion or something just to pin this all onto. Because it is important that things don't start moving around, and I've just pinned the top of it just to stop it all moving.
Okay.
And because I've got so many cords and I want to knot all of these off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a macrame knot, which is a square knot, and this is great for anchoring multiple cords.
Okay.
So you take your 2 left-hand cords over the 2 middle cords and form this little D shape or P shape or whatever shape it is, and then the ones on the left-hand side cross over the tails. And you can see I've got this cross in the middle here. What you have to remember is just take all your cords underneath the cross and into the loop. And that's 1/2 of the square knot. And you do exactly the same in reverse on the other side. And that will give you that piece there. So we could stop at that point and just add the Kumihimo clasp, which takes it onto the neckline piece. I don't know if I've got time to show you today to do all the macrame, because we did a very similar one last weekend. So if you want to learn how to do that diamond-shaped macrame that's underneath there,
this one here, this section, yeah.
If you have a look at the designer inspiration show from last Sunday,
okay,
it's very, very similar. We do a diamond shape where we cross everything over in the middle. This one just doesn't have the central parts crossed.
Okay, brilliant.
It's exactly the same.
Look back on YouTube
Yes.
for Sunday's designer inspiration last week.
Okay.
If you want to see that bit.
So I'm going to show you how to do the Kumihimo braid that's on the neckline piece.
Now you'll be glad to know that I have got the discs in.
Yes.
They're back. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what Kumihimo is, give us a really brief history of it as a medium.
Okay, Kumihimo is the Japanese art of braiding. And there are lots and lots of different machines that are typically used historically for creating the braids, but they're very big, cumbersome machines that you need to have a dedicated space for in your house. And what they did is they decided they wanted to make this more accessible to people, and they invented this disc, which is a smaller version of something called a mandarin. Which is like a stool-shaped device that you do Kumihimo on. So this is actually a portable version of that tool. And it just is a matter of twisting your braids together, twisting your cords together to create beautiful braids.
It is wonderful to have this back in stock. We have got the Kumihimo disc for you now with some satin cords.
Essential.
Now, what kind of threads can we use?
Crikey. If it's a thread, you can use it. You can use wire. You can use.
As long as it can fit through the hole, really.
Yes. Yeah. I've used 0.4 mil wire, 0.6 and 0.8. I would stop at 0.8 because it gets a little bit hard on the hands. It's a good workout. You can use your Sari silks. You can use your Sari threads. You can use satin. You can use wax. You can use ribbon, hemp cord, wool, anything.
Anything that you can fit through this,
yes,
you can use as a threading material. And depending on the medium and depending on the cord you're using, it's going to change the look entirely. And that's what I love about Kumihimo. I can have exactly the same braid,
yes,
exactly the same amount of cords and exactly the same look,
yes,
but if I use a different type of cord, it looks like a completely different kettle of fish.
And also, if you change the number of cords you have in each slot, so in this one, for instance, if I decided to have more cords in here, so if I put 2 in each slot,
yeah,
this would make this part of the braid thicker than this part of the braid, and it distorts the braid. So sometimes you'll get a twist in your braid, sometimes you'll get a wave coming through where it sort of undulates on the braid. And also mix your materials together. Some of my favourite Kumihimo designs, I use satin cords, and you just instead of one of them, I change it for a piece of chain.
Wow.
And then you end up with this built-in chain into the braid, which is great if you want to hang charms off it. You've got perfect little places ready to hang charms straight onto a bracelet or a neckline piece.
It really is a medium that anyone can get involved with. Kids love Kumihimo, absolutely adore it, and it's something that you can get involved with at a really stunning price. This is your Carry Travel Mini Disc. Now you'll be able to see that Sara's is a little bit bigger, but it does the same job, doesn't it?
It does, it does. In fact, the smaller disc is useful for if you are doing this for children because they've got less span to hold their hand against, so from the side to the middle.
Yeah.
Also, if you're travelling, you can wrap these up and put them on your inside coat pocket, which I quite often do. People will see me at the school gates when I've got a project on the go and I'm just waiting for my son to come out of school. You can get 5 minutes of braiding in there. So, or if you're going on an aeroplane, have several discs made up, ready to go, and you can sit on a long flight and Kumihimo the hours away on your long flight because it's so therapeutic as well. It's one of those ones that if I give somebody a disc and say, that's how you do it, it goes quiet. It goes so quiet.
Because people are just
concentrating and getting into the zone and getting that real sort of therapeutic, peaceful spot.
That's wonderful. I absolutely adore that. It is a great medium, isn't it? Do you want to play the illustration game with me, Sarah?
Go on then.
Yes! I have got in the satin cord for you. Perfect purple.
Turquoisey teal.
Ooh, okay, I got it. I have got, yelling yellow!
Grassy green.
Okay, you're too quick at this. And you have got periwinkle pink, I'm going to go for. So you have got all of these colours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in total with your Kumihimo disc. If you want to start a brand new hobby, if you want to pass on your skill, if you just need another Kumihimo board because you've got so many pieces on the go at the moment, you want another one to add to the collection, now is the chance because your price is not £13.70, which if you think about it is an amazing price point to start a brand new hobby, isn't it?
It is.
Brand new skill, brand new hobby for that price. But it's designer inspiration, we're going to make this unmissable. Price today is actually, it's not, it's £8.95 for you on this today. What do you think of that?
An amazing price, because I've had in the past, through desperation, had to buy cords elsewhere, and normally 5 metres can be anything up to £3 or £4.
Wow, and these are 10 metres each?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've got 50 metres worth here.
Yeah, and you've got loads and loads, and it's great if it's new to you. This could be your practice pack, and then you can start using. You know, maybe you've got the kit from today, but you don't want to practice on the larger scale cords. Maybe you want to practice on the smaller scale cords. Then you've got your practice.
Great, there's lots of you coming in for this. Congratulations, everyone. All of that satin cord is 1 mil with the disc. It's just £8.95 today. If you have just had the school holidays and you had that lovely time with your children, and let's face it, they can get bored quite quickly.
Oh yes.
Do not be caught out when the Christmas holidays come. Get them started on Kumihimo.
I will tell you that my son did part of this neckline piece. My eldest one, which is very unusual for him, he's 12, and he said, "Mum, show me this pattern." So I did, and it took him literally 2 moves, two turns around the pattern, and he got it. So very, very easy, and he just got it absolutely straight away, and he went so quiet. And he's never quiet.
Love it. Get yourself involved, £8.95. Wonderful. So, okay, we've talked about the board, we're setting it up.
Yes, and it's slightly different this from a normal setup of a board, and the moves are going to be slightly different, so bear with me. What I've got on my board is I have, at the top and the bottom, 3 cords of the teal.
Yeah.
And they're just in the top 3 slots. This will move around the board, so don't pay attention to the numbers, pay attention to the moves. It gets a lot easier if you can get sort of a mind memory going for the moves as opposed to trying to work the numbers. And then to the east and west, both standard setup, I've got 2 cords in the silver either side of the dot. And your cords, when you're starting, each cord will need to be about 1.25 to 1.50 m. Okay. So it's good long lengths. But if you've got any offcuts, you can make your bracelets and things from it, so don't panic. You're better to have more cord than less. So that's my setup, very, very easy. And what I will suggest you do is you'll need a weight on the bottom of this braid. And this weight at the bottom here is one of my organza gift bags. I've ready the children's money box. This could be gemstones, it could be anything.
Just weigh it.
But you need about 5.3 ounces or 150 grams.
Okay.
I weighed it this morning for you before I left. So it's 150 grams with the bag, or 5.3 ounces if you're old school.
Or about 70 pence worth in 1 piece.
Yes. So pick some heavy gemstone, something like a hematite or something like that, or something that's got a bit of weight in there, and just fill your bag until you've got the right weight. Changing the weight on your braids also will change the effect of your braids, so it pulls them tighter or looser, and it can also make them twist and things like that as well.
Good.
Okay, so I have started this one. And I'm not going to be able to use my weight because I'd have to hold it too high. I'll just put my hand underneath for you. Okay. And I've left my cord like this because I need to know which are my top cords and which are my bottom cords. And so when I put this down, I always leave the top cord, I just move it adjacent one so there's a gap. And that will always tell me which one's my top cords and which ones are my bottom cords. All right. And what I'm going to, you can see my cords have slightly moved around the disc, and that's not a problem. It's just because I've been working this disc. Okay. And what we're going to do is put that one back next to its friends. And what we do is we take, on the top, we take the far left-hand thread, we pick it out, and we bring it around to join the bottom group to the right-hand side. All right. And it's only going to sit there as a holding place. It's going to move in a minute again. But there's just a little, it could be any slot, just there. And then the one next to it, to the left-hand side, so this one here, the one that's was originally the furthest right hand of that group at the bottom, it's going to come out and it's going to go to the right-hand side of the top group. The one that we've just sat there parked for a little while is now going to come out, and it's going to come to the far left-hand side of that group. So if you remember, you've taken the one from the top, it's coming all the way around the board, off the left side of the top to the left side of the bottom. The one that was on the right-hand side here is going all the way around the board to the very far right-hand side of this top group. Okay. And we're going to do that 5 times. So that was the first one. If I do it a little bit quicker, you'll get this, be able to see it coming. And when you lift this one up, you just want to pop it over and pull your braid. So that's 2, 3, 4, and this is the last one. There we go. So can you see, if I hold that, you've got a ridge that's appeared. If I hold it up on my disc, can you see there's a ridge that's appeared just there on that disc? I don't know if you can see it.
Hang on.
Oh, there we go. Can you
That's
see
it.
that little ridge
Yeah.
of where all the cords have been moved?
Yeah.
So it's like a little lattice there. And that will be sat in your disc. And then what you're going to do is, just so you can remember which one's the top one again, just move that cord out. What we're going to do is going to turn my disc. So these 2 cords are running top and bottom. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to cross them over. So I want them to be crossing over in order. So I'm going to take the one from the top to the bottom, and the one next to it to the top, and one next to that back down, and that one up. So it's not a normal Kumihimo move where you would do the outside cords only. And that's crossed over in the centre there and given me that sort of crossover. Can you see? So it's top, inside, then the next one, then the next one, just moving across. So you can see I've got the top one, then the bottom one, top one and bottom one.
Yeah, I see.
They're crossed over.
Yeah.
That's perfect, thank you. It's really hard to show with the shiny cords. They're lovely though, aren't they? And then what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that. But what you need to do, when you do those ones, make sure they're nice and tightly pinched together. And then what you need to do is make sure these cords have got enough room to move around your disc. So what I do is I move my cords down, so I've got enough places for these to move around the disc 5 spaces. And then you're going to repeat that process again and again. And this is the pattern that comes out the bottom.
Isn't that cool?
Can you see that pattern that's coming out the bottom?
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
And that's how we did the neckline piece. And isn't it just so different? And that's just using 2 slightly different Kumihimo moves. There are loads. I mean, the standard Kumihimo is just touching the iceberg of the Kumihimo moves that are out there.
We can really go into it.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah.
Brother Pete.
Yeah.
Hi. Brother Pete, can you please, if you do this for me, my producer has said that she will take more money off this kit, okay? To the lowest ever price point seen on this. But there is a catch.
Yeah.
You and Sara have to work together now. You have to do an impression that Sara can guess, unaided, okay?
Have I got a safety net?
And if you both achieve this, we're going to take it to a never seen before price. If Sara doesn't get it, Pete, then it stays at $8.95. Still a great
come on,
price.
Pete, it's got to be a good one.
So it's got to be a good one, Pete. You can pick any one that you want, anything you want.
Make sure it's somebody I know.
Yeah, make sure it's something. Have you got this? You've got this. So, ladies and gentlemen, the price of this is in Sara and Pete's hands. Do we trust them?
You might have to whisper in my ear.
Okay, let's do this, Pete. Come on.
All right then. Give them the air. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Get to the prize now.
Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yay! Well done, team. That means today your price point isn't £14. It's not even £9. Your price today, never seen before, low price on this today is an amazing £6.95 for you today.
Oh, so
Good teamwork there, guys. 'Cause to be honest, it was touch and go at first, wasn't it?
I'm just thinking, is that a South African accent? I'm not quite sure.
Even South Africans, do I know? That is epic, Pete, epic fail. I love it. You got it in the end, Pete. Nice work. Well done, you two. Teamwork making the dream work. Set $6.95. There's loads more of you coming in for this now. I love it. Mini Kumihimo disc with the 50 metres worth of cord. It's a stunning amount for you.
Okay, so once we've got all our bits, we need to bring it all together as part of a design, and this is going to be where it can be quite tricky when you've got lots of cords. There's lots of things to hide or the workings of. And I decided to use one of the clasps that came in the kit to hide all of those cords that I'd used from doing my knotting techniques. So I'm going back to my geode, and all I've got here is a little piece of 0.4 wire.
Okay.
But this could be monofilament, it could be anything, it could be the fine Sari silks we've got coming in the next kit to tie it off with. But I just have a little bit of wire here.
Okay.
A wire is a little bit easier for doing lots and lots of thicker cords because it has a tendency to sort of compact them a little bit. So what you need to do is just take, and this can be from your scrap box. I know all our wire workers got scrap boxes of wire.
Yeah.
And what you're going to do is you're just going to take that wire and you're just going to wrap it around and around. If I hold that still, you'll be able to see I've just created a little sort of spiral just round that piece of thread. That will be enough to hold that until I can get it into that clasp, and it'll actually help to compact them. And also, if you find that sometimes you'll get one of these clasps and you're halfway between two sizes,
I see,
the next smaller one's a little bit too small, but the next bigger one's a little bit too big.
Okay.
What you can do is you can just wrap with the wire until you get it to the right size, and then the wire will actually bond with your glue into the cap.
Good tip, really good tip.
And I know this is not what your flush cutters are designed for, but I find that they do work really, really well for cutting cords.
That's good. They are,
I
they're handy
know.
for everything.
No, they are. And so all I'm going to do is literally cut above and take all my cords off. So I'm going to just cut that like that, and then I'm just going to snip my wire. And then, as you can see, I've picked probably the wrong size one for this one, so what I would do is bulk that up with my wire, and then what I would do is use some really good strong glue.
Such as?
If you've got the Kumihimo starter pack, you would have got some gel super glue.
Yeah.
That's perfect because it's a slower setting glue.
Okay.
But there are lots and lots of sort of for purpose sort of bonding glues. You need one that will bond to metal, so fabrics to metal, metal to metal, anything like that.
Brilliant.
E45, not E45.
E45?
E6000. E6000, it's close. E6000. Yeah, if you've got dry skin, the E45. Other brands are available, such as, you know, Vaseline and things like that.
Lovely. So super strong glue.
Super strong glue that will bond various
metal,
things to other things, so it needs to be one that will, you know, bond metal to cords or metal to metal. And that will be that part all done. And what I did was use one of the toggle clasps, the round part of the toggle clasp from the kit, to actually go across the braid.
That's clever.
So that was a little
So you've actually used
trick.
that like the charm itself.
Yes, yes.
Here.
Because that braid was
charm
just a little bit too thick to go through the charm carriers. I thought actually I could use the toggle clasp, so which is a good way of being able to use those as well. And you get so many. I think you get four sets of toggle clasps, something like that.
Yeah, you do. 4 pairs.
And then at the other end, I've used my old friend, the Wags Y cone, to finish off the neckline piece.
We have got the Wags Y cone in as well for you if you wish to get it, because it's a great tool to use for the under Kumihimo pieces, isn't it?
It is. It's just a great all-round tool anyway for creating, you know, if you want to use those on an earring, for instance. You have a larger gemstone at the bottom, put the Wags Y cone in the middle and a smaller one on top. They look amazing.
Really, really beautiful. This is your Wags Y comb. It's the original Wags Y cone that we have. We'll show you exactly how to use it now. But that's how that's what we've done to create this beautiful taper effect. It's great for hiding ends. It's beautiful to add little details. You could do beading caps with this as well. Lovely tassels you can create too. So if you do things like macrame and Kumihimo in particular, and sometimes we don't have the cord ends available, these are a great way of making your own, as well as beautiful designs. Perfect pair of earrings. If you Wags Y comb and just slightly pull them, they do a gorgeous big curve. It's so beautiful. This today, Wags Y comb, your price is just £7.95, and lovely Sarah will show you exactly how to use it now.
I will. The Wags Y cone has a little hole in the top of the cone, and you can use any size wire that will fit through that little hole. Yeah. So 1 mil's fine. I think you can even get a 1.25 mil wire through there. I'm using 0.8 because that's just what I've got hold of.
Okay.
But use a higher gauge wire, a 0.8 or 0.1, because it will hold its shape better, whereas a lighter gauge wire, if you want to go for that sort of open feel, if you use a 0.6, it sort of springs open a little bit once you take it off, which just gives you a different feel. And don't be afraid to mix and match your colours and use 2 different pieces of wire to create the cones. You can create stripes and all sorts. So what I've done is just left my wire on the reel, taken my round nose pliers, and you don't have to be a fantastic wire worker or anything for this. All I'm going to do is just make a little wrapped loop, which I'm going to do by just popping the wire away from me at a 45-degree angle, twist my pliers up, take the wire right over the top of the barrel of the round nose pliers and back under. So I end up with a 45-degree angle. You see that? I've got my hand under there. And then I'll just wrap that tail around your long wire. And it doesn't need to be neat because it's all going to get cut off. So I always say to people, they panic and say, oh, it's got to be neat. It doesn't have to be neat. You're going to cut that little bit off.
Okay.
Take that little tiny tail of your wire through the hole on your wax white comb and push it away from you so you're not going to scratch yourself.
Okay.
And then I always say to people, the hand that's holding the wire is just guiding the wire. There should be no pressure there. You're not pulling it around. You're just guiding that wire. All the work is done with the hand that's turning the handle.
Okay.
So all I do is put my thumb on top of my wire and my finger underneath. And I'll move my fingers for now. And you're just going to go around and around and around. Can you see that? And I'll just try and keep my hands out of the way. I'd normally have, as I say, a thumb on the top and a finger underneath the cone as it's forming. And all I'm doing with this hand is guiding. I'm doing nothing else. All the work is done.
I need to let you know I've only actually got 30 wax white cones in stock at the moment.
If you haven't got one of these, honestly, I don't know how I ever made jewellery without having one.
Really?
I probably use this when I'm making up jewellery kits and stuff. I probably pick it up about 3 or 4 times with every jewellery kit, whether I'm forming my own earring wires from a head pin. I'll wrap them around the cone to form that loop, that uniform shape.
Yeah.
If I want a bit of spring of a wire, I'll wrap it around here. And if I want to make clasps or just extra beads and findings, I might be running out of beads, but I've got loads of wire left over. I'll make beads with my wax wire cone and make my beads go further.
Fab.
So that's how I've gone right to the end. If you want to make them slightly shorter, what I normally just say is envisage how many loops you are from the end, sort of in your mind's eye, and then make this second one if you're making it for a class the same size.
Okay.
Or you can count
the
springs.
Springs.
Yes. And then what I normally do is don't cut my wire flush because I like to put a little spiral. So I normally leave about an inch of wire on there. And then you'll notice that the wire, if I'm going to turn it, will need to come round. If I turn it that way, I'll end up with the spiral facing downwards onto my. So I'm going to turn it so it'll face up and sit on top of the cone. And then just to make a spiral, use your round nose pliers, get that started, and then come in with your flat nose pliers and bring that around and around. Or if you've got strong fingers, you can go in with your fingers and do it. And then, because I've left it on there, I can actually use this to push it against to get it really flat. If I'm taking it off, I'm trying to work on something that's hollow, got a hollow spiral, I might squidge it by accident or take it out of shape by accident. Because I've left it on there, it doesn't matter, that form is still underneath.
That's good.
So now I need to free this up from my wax wire cone, and to do that I'm going to look where the wire is coming across to that first spiral and cut it. And what that does is it releases this little piece of wire that's running through the top. Can you see that's now free?
Yeah.
It's like a little pin that's holding it in place. Just pull that out, then it falls off the cone. And that is the top of your wax wire cone. So that's that bit formed. And then people struggle to attach them because of course you've got a big braid like this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take this one off my disc.
Okay.
So I can show you how to attach this. And it would be the same at the other end, except I would just do that little wire wrap that I did for attaching the pendant. I would just wrap some wire around there.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut my weight off, like so.
Yeah.
My weight's now been detached and I've got my braid. What I normally do is take another piece of wire, and you only need a little piece. Again, if you've got a scrap box, you'll just pick a piece out of there.
All right.
It's about 10 inches long, not even that maybe. And then what I'm going to do is with my round nose pliers is I'm going to form a hole through my braid. I know it sounds drastic. You spent all that time braiding it, and now you're going to create a hole in there. But that's just so I've got somewhere to feed my wire through.
Okay.
So that feeds through there beautifully. Take that up, form a little V shape, like that, and just twist that wire around. And again, don't worry about being neat, because you're not going to see it. And then I'm going to cut off the excess of that bit that we just spiraled. So I've got that attached onto there. I then take my wax wire cone, take it over the wire, over my piece of jewellery, and then I normally would put a bead on the top of there, because otherwise this might move. So the bead will be my anchor. Here's my little test for myself to find the hole in a crunch crackle quartz in the studio. Because they are little divils.
You got it.
So that goes on the top there, and then I can just form a little wrapped loop around my pliers. Around and around we go. And that will push that bead and the cone onto my work.
Fab. It's locked up in place.
It's locked in place.
No need for glue.
Nope, nothing. And there you go. That's how you would add that on there. And I think that would make quite a nice pendant, actually. I'll just probably knock the bottoms of there.
Yeah, right. Beautiful. How simple is that? And that is how you can attach your clasp to these pieces. Sarah, thank you so much for showing us that. Your demos are always really, really easy to follow. You've got brand new product coming up in your second kit. Can I give a sneaky peek of one?
Go on then. I'll let you. Which one are you going to pick?
I don't know.
It's got free reign now.
I know. All right. I'll just show you one.
Or two.
No.
No?
Oh no, there's one in each hand. I thought that's what I meant.
Oh no.
Brand new product is coming up. No, this isn't wire. It's silk. And something a little bit special. Ooh, that's all you can see, that's it. I have got something to make you very zappy coming up soon, as well as after the break. You don't want to go anywhere, because we are going to be diving into a price avalanche. See you after this.
This week, Jewellery Maker is offering an amazing wirework deal for all our customers. This bumper pack has everything you need to get started in wirework, or to simply stock up on your essential tools, including an array of different gauged wire, 5 DVDs for all different levels, a hammer and block, a gizmo, the wire twisting tool, nylon jaw pliers, and the wire wrapping jig. This is an offer not to miss out on. All of this for just $49.95. To get your hands on this limited edition offer, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Hi Jewellery Makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so grab your remote now to make sure you don't miss a thing.
Join guest designer Mark as he shares his passion for beautiful jewellery making with genuine gemstone chips and nuggets. You will learn various techniques including colour grading, how to triple plait, create stunning memory wire bracelets and earrings, as well as how to incorporate macrame into your designs. The full course includes a selection of gemstones, memory wire, threading materials and findings, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and Gemstone Museum, and a chance to visit our shop. And all for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations. learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Welcome back everyone to Designer Inspiration. Boy, it's been a busy day today already. Honestly, there's so many of you out there getting your hands on goodies today. How gorgeous were those designs? Truthfully, they're beautiful, aren't they? And I have got even more brand new Sari coming up for you in a little bit today. My absolute pleasure to be joined by the lovely Sara. Hi, love.
Hello.
Tell us what to expect from your second designer inspiration, please.
Something a bit different. Just different ways of using thread, mixing it with your wire work, and just, you know, making it just look completely and utterly different, and just being able to create lots of sort of textural effects, and I just love it.
I really love it.
I've kept the technique quite sort of similar across all the pieces, but showing just how that technique can be interpreted in lots of different ways.
Loads of different ways.
Yeah.
Now we are heading towards a price avalanche. Now, if you've never joined us for a price avalanche before, essentially what it means is you can make an educated guess as to what price is going to be coming up next, because we start high and then we'll go lower. So we'll either do a price match of the last piece, or we will tumble down our avalanche in a dramatic manner until we reach the bottom of the price points. So something for every pocket today. We're going to start. How dramatic, Macbeth! We start with the really high-end pieces. So the piece we're going to start off with, you need to expect high quality price points that you would expect to see on our, you know, gem collectors pieces, on our really high-end pieces, and then we're going to go really down low as we can. You're going to be getting some treats for under £10 today, and those treats are going to be just great for topping up your stash. Maybe you missed out on something a while ago and it could be one of your last chances to get it. So where are we starting, love? Wow. I didn't realise that we had this. I'm starting off with your high price point, and I'm offering to you now an opal. Not any opal, pink opal. This is the rarest, if not in the top 2, of opal in the world. When this gemstone was first discovered, they didn't actually believe that it was part of the opal family for quite a long time. They had to do a lot of research, really getting deep down into the heart of this gemstone to understand exactly where this beautiful gemstone was from and exactly what part of the gem world it fit into, which was the opal category, because the internal effects of these are, as you would expect, very spherical. Now, just enjoy the colour of this for a minute. Dusky, isn't it? Mature, I would say. Feminine, mature, dusky, grown up. It is a beautiful richness of tone for what is realistically a gemstone that possibly some might say hasn't been around for that long, and also hasn't been promoted that much, I would say. I think if you have this on your stall, I would highly doubt that anybody would be likely to come up and say straight away, oh yeah, that's pink opal. And that's because it is a rarity. It is relatively new to us here. It is a piece that is adored and loved within the gem community, and within kind of the gemology world. It is a highly prized piece. It truly, truly is. But it's not necessarily known that much by general society. That's a good thing if you're going to be selling your pieces, because it means that you can do your research on it, you can find out exactly the stats, the figures, the rarity of it, and then when you let people know, wow, I didn't even know pink opal existed. This isn't pink because we painted it, because we've covered it in something. It's totally natural. Pink opal. 75 carats worth we've got here of this most beautiful, unique gemstone. Your price today. You didn't expect that, did you? Be honest. You didn't expect that. This is the top of our price avalanche. This is the gemstone which in the gem community can demand a higher price, and does demand a higher price, than opal that has the opalescence within it. Pink opal, like dendrite, doesn't have that opalescence that we'd expect from opal. It has the same structure, but it doesn't have the effect just due to the makeup of it. And even with that, it still demands a higher price than Ethiopian opal with serious colour play and fire because of its rarity. You did not expect me to start my price avalanche at $34.95, did you? You definitely didn't expect me to start it off at the price I'm actually going to go to. Your price today. It's my lucky gemstone with my lucky number, $27.95 for you today. Get your hands on this. Learn, enjoy, read. Let a gemstone spark your imagination, spark your creativity. Offer a piece of history and a piece of splendour to your designs at a price point which, honestly, I've never seen a pink opal at that price. Has this ever been that price? Lowest price you've ever seen on this strand. Lowest price ever seen, $27.95. And this is the top of my price avalanche. Yep. I might not have mentioned that my price avalanche was going to have everything under £30 today. This is a price avalanche with a difference. Price avalanches, if you've never watched them before, generally our starting price point on a price avalanche will be around the £59 mark. We generally start off with sapphires. But no, I'm doing you a super special, great one today. Under £30 price avalanche. It's your time to get involved. $27.95. I've got loads to fit in. I want to get as much in as I can. So do me a huge favour. If you like something, get in quick, and then I can move on. Okay. Lovely, jubbly. Congratulations, everyone. Okay. Natch. Knew it. You're not going to believe this. How many have I got? Natural, not reconstituted. No, there's not resin in this. This is natural. Turquoise, but wait, it's a price avalanche, so you know this is going to be $27.95 or less. Get on the phone because this is going to fly. Take a look. Natural turquoise. We haven't had this in ages. Natural turquoise. Now, when I talk about natural turquoise, or as I said to my producer just then, natch, natch, when we see your natural turquoise, what am I talking about there, and why is that so important? Well, let me just say to you that turquoise is so rare in its unique form and is so prized and so loved that the majority of turquoise that you will see, and on our channel recently too actually, will have had a treatment. Now you can tell treatments when treatments have taken place, because on the bottom of the screen around here, just after the AGW, there'll be a bracket and it'll have a letter in, and the letter corresponds to a treatment. So for example, ones that you'll see a lot on turquoise is eye. So I did you a turquoise yesterday that had an eye next to it on that chain, and that means irradiated, and that means essentially they place the irradiation onto this, and then they have to leave it in a store cupboard for a couple of months because obviously it's been zapped really, hasn't it? They have to leave it for a couple of months for the irradiation to kind of work its way out and for it to be safe. safe, and then you're able to create beautiful looks with it. The great thing with irradiation is it gives you a stronger colour tone, and also can change the composition in some ways. So that's one treatment that happens quite a lot. Another one is RE. So if you see in brackets a big R and a little e, that means reconstituted, which is what we've had quite a lot of recently. We really have. Reconstituted means when they are making gemstone strands like this, obviously, to create the facets, you're knocking off little bits of turquoise every time to create these facets, obviously. You don't just get one stone and then perfectly cut it faceted from the stone, and so there's no waste. There is waste. And when we're faceting the genuine real deal, that waste aspect, the kind of the cast off dust and pieces and chips, they then get mixed in with resin. And that's what reconstituted is. So when you get reconstituted, it is, you know, a lot of turquoise with a little bit of resin within there as well. This is natural. Absolutely, completely natural. You're going to love the price point I'm about to bring to you. It's not 27. It's £24.95 on this for you today. This is spectacular. Why haven't we added irradiation to this? Wow, it doesn't need it. Look how bright that is. Look, this is the archetypal turquoise tone, isn't it? Why haven't we used reconstituted on this? Well, because the quality is so up there. We want to bring you natural as much as we can, because we know quite a few of you out there are really passionate about that. £24.95 for 60 carats worth. Pardon? Yeah, has someone just messaged in? Yeah, go on, get that up for me. Someone's just messaged in about this. Let's have a look. Looks as though it could be Sleeping Beauty. Absolutely true, Jane. You're absolutely right. Sleeping Beauty is a type of turquoise. Sleeping Beauty is a type of turquoise from America, and it's so named because it's mined in an area whereby the rocks, essentially, look like Sleeping Beauty lay on her back. And the turquoise you get in that area is known because you don't get the veining as much or as strongly. You're completely right, Jane, that you have got that in your mind. And I'm wondering whether or not it isn't, because look where it's from. It's from the USA. And in the USA, there is only very, very few turquoise mines. So you could be completely right, because look, there's hardly any veins on this. It's got a beautiful smoothness to it, doesn't it? Really exceptional. Jane, you've got yourself one as well by the looks of things, love. Congratulations, everyone. £24.95. You've got to love it when you get this home. The drops. Whoa. I've just remembered. So it's going to be £24.95 or less. Just heard the price. Okay. Now, that looks nice, doesn't it, there? It looks beautiful. The only issue is we've got such a strong headlight in front of me that you can't really see what I can see. That was a lightsaber noise. It's only a tiny torch. Take a look at what you'll be seeing at home. Have a look at that. This is much more what you're going to be getting at home. You're going to get this, look at the clarity on that. It's like a stained glass window, isn't it? It's like sea glass. That is such a beautiful richness that we have running through this. This is rhodolite garnet, by the way, guys. So this is, when it comes to garnet, one of the most sought after varieties, the rhodolite garnet. On our sister channel, rhodolite garnet has showcases. So they will have, you know, sort of a half an hour just dedicated to this gemstone because it's such a popular gem. It demands a longer time span, as it were, for them to really look at it. It is a beautiful gem. I will be honest, I'm mind-boggled at the price. 90 carats worth of this gorgeous garnet. Your price today, what do you think of that price, Sarah?
It's an amazing price. I love rhodolite garnet. It's just that beautiful colour that comes from it. It's almost like a deep cherry red. It's beautiful. And the price is amazing.
Isn't it?
I've got pieces of garnet jewellery that have got tiny, tiny, tiny weeny rhodonite garnets in them, like one. And I paid an absolute fortune for them. So to get a whole strand of that beautiful quality in those shapes as well, just amazing.
Gorgeous, isn't it? Pete, brother Pete. Come here, brother Pete.
Okay.
People have been texting in saying, "Where's brother Pete?" Here's my brother Pete. Oh yeah.
Hello.
Can I have a noise, please, to describe? Yeah. To describe this price, just a noise.
Okay. Woo woo.
Yeah. And now, that's $21.95. No one expected that, did they? I've just dropped the price. The noise and the price. £17.95. But look at the beauty of this. Oh my goodness, it's so spectacular. The quality is there, the beauty is there, the richness, the tone and the clarity is there. £17.95 price drop for you today. What do you think of that price, Sarah?
I thought it was an amazing price before. Just amazing, because I would make earrings out of those and they wouldn't, just one pair of earrings with one gemstone on, set onto a sterling silver, gold plated shepherd's hook, and they would go for £15 to £20 because that's what they deserve.
Yeah.
That's what the price they should be sold at.
Absolutely true. And you can see how many we've got. I'll give a sort of estimation. Let's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and that's halfway through the strand. So I've got about 39, 38 on my strand. So how much is that per one, producer Helena? Because if we think about making these pair of earrings, even if we don't add, $9.25 to them, I have 30, let's be safe and say I've got 38. Of course, you might have slightly more, you might have slightly less. Oh my goodness, look, this here, let me just get the light behind this one, just to show you, because it almost looks dull to you. Look at that. This one here, the price point of this one, was just 47 pence.
It's amazing, isn't it? You just think all the work. A, you've got to find them. B, you've got to get them out of the ground. Then you've got to have a big enough gemstone of a good enough quality to facet it into that shape. And then you've got to get it here. And it's just always mind-boggling to me how gemstones can get to screen at that price.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And just the quality of those is beautiful. I have some specitite garnet at home that would go beautifully with those.
Do you know where that gemstone is? Do you know? It's coming up later. It's coming up later, not in the avalanche, no, in the low quantity bit. I've got single figures of this. Andalusite. Oh gosh, that hurt. That was a croaker. I've been told I'm not meant to tell you about that coming up yet because we've got so few, but I thought, why not? So that's coming up for you in a little bit. I've got single figures opportunities, just to give you a heads up. $17.95, ever so popular. I'm not surprised at that price point. Congratulations, everyone. 90 carats worth of your rhodolite garnet. Where to now, love, sorry? Oh. Oh my goodness. This is spectacular. So my last one, what was the price of my last one? $17.95. So this is going to be the same or less on Peridot of this quality. And look at the amount you've got in here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, oh wowzers, that is so pretty. Peridot is a very special gemstone. Of course they all are, but Peridot has a beauty within it which is spectacular. Let's play another game, Sarah.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah. Let's play the 3-word game. Peridot, 3 words, a go.
Zesty.
Oof, zesty, I like that.
I'm just trying to think. I was thinking of the word, but I know what it means. Like full of life. I can't think of the word for it. Effervescent. I quite think that's quite a good word.
Good word.
Yes.
Do you know what? That was worth the wait.
It was.
Effervescent.
Effervescent.
Why effervescent?
Because I can imagine it being a piece of lime sitting in my alcoholic drink with the ice and just being all bubbled by the mixer.
Zesty, effervescent, and
mesmerising.
Good selection. Good selection.
Some long words, and it's Sunday.
Long words for a Sunday. The 45 carats worth that we have here, it is effervescent, it is glowing. It has got, do you want to have a look like at the internal brilliance? Because that's something I know a lot of people love in Peridot, so really take a good look at this for me. So what I'm talking about, if you focus on these 2 stones here, you'll be able to see it when I move it. So you see right now you've got almost the grass green. It's when it turns that kind of yellowy tinge lime colour there. That's what I describe as the life of the gem. And that is the brilliance internally, and that is because the quality of this is so exceptional. That's what we're looking for in Peridot. That's how you know it's good quality. If you can see plenty of that beautiful fire, like you can on this strand, you know that's really high quality. I've got absolutely loads on this strand, absolutely loads. In fact, we have got a few spaces on here, but the spaces are put in so sporadically, and it's not to space them out, it's because of the shape of them, because they're so domed. If we didn't have a spacer, they'd bash into each other. That's the only reason we put spacers on this. There's absolutely loads on here. Your price point today, I know it's a price avalanche and we can stay the same price as last time, can't we? I understand that. But I don't want to. It's a Sunday. Come on. Let's make this impossible to resist. You're gonna love it. £12.95 for you. When I did that Peridot the other day, that £25-ish one, I can't remember exactly what it was, it sold out within moments. It really, really did. It was a beautiful rich green and had lovely flyer like this one. I can't believe we're doing one today at £12.95. Oh boy, hello people. Hello baskets. How are you all today? Lots of you getting this today at that price point. Astonishing. I don't even dare count because I'll be here all week, but I will count because I'm a mischievous pup. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm not halfway yet. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oof. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. I've got 61 fiery, zesty, effervescent Peridot on this strand. 21 pence. What? You can't even buy a Freddo for that.
I know. Well, I didn't have to think what one of those was then. My kids are a bit bigger now.
I love a Freddo.
I know.
Freddos are for any age. Yesterday we did a strand and the gemstones worked out about 99p each. I was like, what could you buy for 99p each? And my producer went, you couldn't even buy a stamp for that. Which we all thought, where have you been buying your stamps? What, are they plated in gold? And she's just gone now 21p. You definitely couldn't get a stamp for that price. You definitely couldn't. I know, I've researched. 21 pence per gemstone. That is absolutely amazing. I'll tell you what though, my quantity is going down quickly. How many have I got left, or what percentage about, lovely Helena? Half my stock has gone, and I'll be honest with you, I have plenty of this. That's why it's not in our last chance section. Half my stock has gone, so I'm in my last chance saloon, definitely now. £12.95. That's one not to be missed. Congratulations, everybody. Can we squeeze 2 more in? Hang on, it's right at the back. Let me just dive in. There's nothing in there. Go on, what is it? What is it? I can't see them. Multicoloured? No. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there! Ah! The search of the missing Tourmaline. Sara, did you see anybody come in looking suspicious?
I didn't, and I haven't seen any Tourmaline today. Unless it's on there.
My red nuggets. This isn't Tourmaline. Whoa, just threw me tweezers. Let's do something else. I'm still fitting in 2 though. I promised I'd fit in 2. Can I still fit in 2? We lose one, we give you another. How about, you are having a giraffe. Now, the last price point was £12.95, so in the price avalanche I have to match it or go lower.
Yes.
What gemstones would you expect to be £12 or lower?
Well, you'd probably get some nuggety strands.
Yeah, some nuggets, yeah.
Maybe some agates.
Agates, yeah.
You might get, I don't know.
Not much really, to be honest. Not much.
I'm struggling.
Would you expect ruby?
No. They're lovely.
Under £12.95 for you today on ruby, ladies and gents. Oh my goodness. Totally and absolutely natural ruby. Oh my, that for me, perfect size for a ring. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. A ruby ring. Oh, massive carat weight for ruby, 140 carats worth. Oh, I've just dropped it. Guess what? I'm going to be doing this for under £11 today. This is 140 carats worth of ruby. It's completely and absolutely natural. This is going to add beautiful organic feel to your pieces, but then it's got that high-end look. Have you ever created kind of a boho chic, kind of shabby chic pieces with that kind of organic edge? And sometimes it can be quite hard to find your really high-end big 4 gems in that form, because let's face it, a lot of the time the majority of sapphires or rubies or diamonds that you might see, you'll get highly faceted, so they might not go and fit in with your kind of organic theme. So it's nice to be able to have one of the big 4, but it's not over the top, it's not been, you know, pushed into shape, it's not been chipped away at to make it really highly faceted. It's just beautiful, natural, organic ruby. I absolutely adore this strand. It gives me something that I rarely get. Your price point today, that makes no sense in an avalanche, because I've just done £12.95. So that would make no sense. That's the price it should be. That's the price it has been. That's the price you bought it at in the past. Today, under £10 for ruby. Ruby.
I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless.
£9.95. Pete, come here. What are you talking about? Stop trying to mouth at me. What do you mean they're in the box? Pete's mouthing at me. They're in the box, Matt. What's in the box? The Tourmaline's in the box. Right. This is what happened, ladies and gents. My producer, in my ear, in my mind, said to me, box number 24. So I'm staring at box number 24. There's no Tourmaline there. What she actually said was box number 14. And they're just chilling there. Yeah, they are. Good work, Pete. The mystery is solved. involved. Woo! That would be the worst diagnosis murder episode ever, wouldn't it? Even Dick Van Dyke couldn't pull that off, could he? £9.95. Boy, oh boy, this is an absolute flyer, isn't it? This is going so quickly. Yeah, I love it. £9.95 for you. Congratulations. I found the Tourmaline. Don't worry, guys. Mystery over. I found the Tourmaline by myself. I'm going to squeeze it in for you now. You are going to be so happy Pete found this. This isn't a big quantity at all. It's not Last Chance Saloon, which is why we haven't got it later on in the show for the last chance opportunities. But I have only got 34 of these today. This is a double strander for you. Take a look at the multicoloured Tourmaline. Tourmaline, of course, named after the box it was supposedly found in that said Tourmaline on it. It was a package from Holland, and it said Tourmaline upon it, and which was meant to believe to say mixed precious gemstones, because at that point it hadn't actually been defined as its own gem range. But then after finding out quite a bit more about it, finding out that it has this kind of electromagnetism about it, they were able to give it its own name, which today is beautiful Tourmaline. And boy, oh boy, doesn't it just deserve it with this range of colours. Yes, it's a price avalanche. It's going to be £9.95 or less. I've got 30 opportunities now. I'm in my Last Chance Saloon. Your price point for a double strand, £9.95 for you today on your double strand of this gorgeous Tourmaline. TOSF04 is your code on this today, and boy oh boy, you're getting yourself a treat. You've got magenta tones, you've got deep rich grassy greens, you've got bright sunshine yellows as well on this today. £9.95 is the price point for you. It is so spectacular. It truly is. I absolutely adore this. What would you do with this, Sarah?
Do you know, I love Tourmaline. I love, I know they've graded them all out on there, but I actually like them when they're all mixed together.
Yeah.
And these lend themselves beautifully if you want to make a wire frame, just a little wire frame, and then wire wrap them, just multicoloured as they come. Just put them onto a 0.4 or a 0.25 wire, just wrap them around the frame so they fill in the central section of the frame, and they almost end up like a solid Tourmaline sort of bib, if you like, or a collar, and they look amazing like that. But they're great if you want to you know, do Kumihimo with them and do it on beading thread and actually have the beaded Kumihimo. Oh, these look amazing.
That is such a good idea.
That's so decadent.
Yeah, really decadent.
But you get so many, so why not?
Definitely. Treat yourself. Why not today? £9.95 for your Tourmaline. It's absolutely stunning. It's your last one in the price avalanche. I told you we'd be going under £10. I cannot believe what a great amount we have given you within that time. I'm glad we could squeeze so many in. Now I'm moving on to designer inspiration now, and tell us about this kit, lovely Sarah.
Oh, this kit. So much in it. For a start off, yeah, I didn't even know where to start with it. But you get so many different beautiful Sari silk threads, and I just love the whole variety of textures and colours and tones, and the world's your oyster with this kit. I mean, what I've done with it is just a sort of a little bit of what you can do with it, but you could do so much more.
A little bit of a taster.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Indeed.
Bit of a taster.
Yes.
Now listen. So I'm just getting some off the reel for you to have a look at. Now, I've got brand new product for you in this. You saw how quickly our first designer inspiration sold out. This one's going to do the same. The pieces and the look you get, I believe, is totally different from any other product I can think of that we have. Mm-hmm. I can't think, beading thread you can get the same type of effect, but obviously that's got the wire within it, so when it's bent it does bend, and it's bent to a point, whereas this, of course, you've got the fluidity because it is that. Can you think of anything that we have that works like this?
No, I can't. And I know that we had some of these threads in and they flew out. Yeah. And I managed to get one colour, and that was all I could manage to get, because they came in and they went. And these are going to be brilliant. If you're a little bit crafty and a little bit sort of, you know, like making household decorations and things like that, I was going to, and I didn't do it with these, but I was going to knot these and sort of crochet, or not crochet, but macrame over a bauble with these threads. So create a little net over a bauble with them, and they would have looked amazing.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. Aren't they just, you get so much.
I'm not stopping, there's more. Now, what amount of this have I got, lovely lady? I've got 400 metres. So the green, the deep orange and the gold, just that is 400 metres. So I've got 800 metres worth in total over all of these. 800 metres worth. Do you want to take a little look at the yarn to really get a feel of it, this Sari silk thread that we've got? It's got a beautiful sheen to it. I'll show you a single layer. So you can see, again, really, really sturdy. Look at that kind of element of sheen that we have to it. So a really, really sturdy thread. I'm giving it a real good pull and it's not going anywhere. 400 metres on this. Look how gorgeous it looks when it's twisted as well. Oh, isn't that nice? Just gives you, look at how the light spans across. So you've got your bright, bright orange. The sticky bit you can see there is just so it sticks it into place on the reel. So you've got the really handy size spools, 400 metres, 800 metres in total. You've got a bright, zesty orange, gorgeous green. You've got this gold, really Grecian gold tone. The silver is spectacular. Look at that's possibly my favourite colour. I absolutely adore this. How regal is that? And then you've got the dusky pink as well. That dusky pink would go epically with the pink opal I had on before, wouldn't it? So all of these brand spanking new for you today. I'm not even stopping there though. I just need to let you know this is already selling like hotcakes on a cold day, and that's its original price. You know we're going to drop it. That's probably why you're all buying it. No one knows the price drop price yet. Nobody knows, but you will soon. All right, my producer knows. And you've also got a matrix box of your findings. This is the findings box that has got pieces such as your twisted toggle clasp. I adore that toggle clasp. It's also got in there your cord ends with your S-shaped extender chain. You've got the smaller toggle clasp in detail as well here, which is really nice, just like a little hint of tone. Don't forget, massive amount of chain as well you get in here, around a metre's worth in the pack. It's all in this gorgeous golden colour that we've got there. Everything you can see on screen is what you will be getting, what I've shown you so far. That's before I add in the gemstones. And boy oh boy are these special. That is so cooling. I absolutely adore when you have gemstones such as this that are so metallic in nature that you put them on your skin and you can feel the weight, you can feel the depth, you can feel the coolness. I absolutely adore it. As soon as you place them on, you know that they're on. I think it's just a wonderful piece that we are able to bring those to you. You have got here a beautiful selection of your gemstones. I need to let you know that half my stock's gone. Sorry, I just need to make you aware of that. How many did I start with, Sweet Pea? I started off with 94, so half my stock has gone. Just need to let you know that honestly the price you know is going to be amazing. You know that. It's a really great kit with brand new products in. You've got your Amazonite as well. You've got your pink coloured quartz. Sizing on that is 6mm on these ones, and the Amazonite, you've got the 4mm rounds there. You've also got purple shell pearl. That again, a really grown-up colour, almost a mauve, isn't it? Very 6mm again. And look at this. How cool is this chain? How cool is this? Look, rosary link chain with your gold colour copper flash rosary bead chain. So all of these copper, the golden coloured copper balls in the middle are 6mm, and it is 54 centimetres in length. So it's over half a metre's worth you're going to be getting of this chain. How cool is that chain? You can of course separate it off, use the beads individually if you want, but you'd be able to save yourself so much time with this, and it's much bigger than our usual rosary link chains, which I think gives you a gorgeous effect, and it just works really well with the findings too. So quick reiterate, shall we? You've got the chain, you've got your quartz, you've got your purple shell, my amazonite as well here, and I've got your pyrite too. Can I find out the, sorry, hematite. Yeah, what's my, yeah, where is that on the description? How many carats worth do I have there? Oh, there it is, right up there. 165 carats worth. I think we all found that at the same time then, how weird. 6 mil on those ones. You've then got the findings pack, which comes in your little matrix box. Your matrix box contains 22 pieces, including that metre of wire. And lastly, but by no means leastly, 400 metres worth of this cord. Now, this is going to be a sellout in moments. Your price point today is not £44.60, but that is the price it should be. What I will say to you, ladies and gents, is, again, we are not meant to sell brand new product as part of bundles, because that means we price slash them, and we're not allowed to price slash new products when you bring them alone. They're meant to be brought alone on their first outing. It is designer inspiration, and Sarah was so excited and so willing to try these out. And because it is so unique and different, we wanted to spend the time looking at it, so we have price dropped it today to £28.95. £16.65 saving on this today. Brand spanking new products in here. 800 metres worth of the stuff. When you see this, what is my original price on this? Because that might be quite... Yeah. I'll find out kind of what price you need to be expecting to see the Sari silk at in the future, because obviously we have price slashed it massively in this with £16 off. Yeah. Just finding out of my producer now. That's fab. So these will be coming to you at £6.95 for the pack. No, not all 6. They come in 3. So you've actually got 2 packs here. So they should be £7 times 2. So that's £14, isn't it? That means you're getting this entire matrix box, which is one of our most popular. This chain that I've never even seen before. And 1, 2, 3, 4 gemstone strands for what, an extra £12? The matrix box alone with this chain should be that price. That is epic, isn't it? 34 of them left. Okay, it's going really quick. I'm coming over to you, gorgeous lady.
Okay.
If that's all right, it's going to be a sellout.
Fine.
How was it to work with, honestly? Because do you know what? I've been really interested to know this. How is it to work with a new product?
Do you know, it's so exciting. But you don't actually know where to start or what direction to go in, because this product could go in so many different directions. And then I could have stayed with typically my own sort of genre and done more Kumihimo or braiding or knotting or macrame or any of those sorts of things, but I didn't, because I wanted to show that it can be really rather textural. You can add different elements by using this product, just by doing something very, very simple with it. And it is very, very simple. I'm not going to make it difficult at all. To get these effects is really easy. All you need is a little bit of patience, that's it. You don't need any real sort of special knotting skills, or you don't need to be able to knit or crochet or any of those sorts of things. You don't need to be an excellent wire worker either. Very, very easy. You'll get all of these beautiful sort of floral designs.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. 2 left, 16 in baskets. Started off with almost 100, so congratulations to everyone who did get it. Don't worry, I have got some more Sari ribbon coming up for you later, if that's the kind of things you're looking for. And don't forget, we're gonna get zappy later. This is about to sell out, so do check out your baskets super quickly. What are we going to be looking at today?
Okay, I'm gonna try and get as much done as I can, because I know that the ladies from the Sunday Experience saw this. They were all really happy to want to know how to do it.
How lovely were the Sunday Experience today?
Lovely,
They were
absolutely lovely.
so nice today as a group.
They were lovely. But I think crafters are in general, we're lovely people.
Very true.
So I'm going to do the silver flower first, and if we get time, I'll do the peacock.
Okay.
The peacocky looking ones, which are a slightly different technique.
Love that. Just need to let you know it's a goner. I'm sorry about that. We are a shopping channel, so I've really quickly got to just sweep in with another product for you to get your hands on, because we're not allowed to have no graphics on the side of the screen. Which one do you want quickly? Let's do the Sari ribbon. We haven't had Sari in for ages. We were talking about it briefly before, but if you've just tuned in, take a little look around this. Are we going to do the same price point as before? Yeah, let's do it. If you have been watching, you'll know the price we're going to drop this to. So let's take a little look around. That's your should be price. Don't worry, you're not paying that today. So we've got this really beautiful, rich pomegranate. Look at that price point, £8.95 that we've got. That is astonishing. We've got this one that's called black, and I always think that's such an underestimation of this. Just take a look.
It is, because it's got some purples and sort of really aubergine-y colours coming through underneath, and it's got some blue in there as well. It's got a bit of tealy blue, and you've got all those variations of that and the black together, and it just is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is.
You've also got, I love the name of this, Apple Blossom.
Oh.
Isn't that wonderful? You've also got your apple blossom as well, and this really does span through all the different colours. Greens, pinks, purples, lilacs, really delicate amount of colour in there. I absolutely adore them. 75 grams on each. We haven't had this in so long. If you can do kind of the lark's head knot, just a simple slip knot, all you have to do is create lots of different lengths, do that over and over again on one strand, and you've got this beautiful mane effect, which is so high end, takes you moments and costs you pennies at this price. £8.95 for you today. There's loads of designer inspiration from a few months ago about this, so do keep your eyes peeled on YouTube if you need any ideas. It's your chance to get your hands on it. Loads of you already are. Normally my trio's £9.95, but I'll be honest, my producer Helena has only been with us for 4 months, and we haven't had this in stock in that time, so she did not know the rule that is 3 packs is £9.95. But we've had to do it once already, so we've price matched it for you. It's £8.95. Don't expect to see that price again, though. Sari special, £8.95 for 3 packs. Honestly, give it a go. You'll absolutely love it. Where are we starting, lovely lady?
Okay, just to let everybody know at home, what I've got in front of me is what I have left of my Sari threads.
After making all of these pieces?
Yes. They don't even look like they've been opened, apart from the fact that they've got a few loose ends. So I made all my pieces with those, and
wow,
that's what I've still got left. So you'll have loads and loads and loads left over. These are just brilliant. So let me put these over here out of the way for now.
Folks.
Okay, so what we're going to need to do, we're going to concentrate on doing the silvery flower to start off with, is you need to be able to create the coil for the thread to sit around, and to do that we use the Gizmo.
Brilliant.
And I know lots of people have got these at home and maybe think it might have got tucked away a little bit, maybe they've done a lot of Gizmo work before, but you're thinking of a new way to be able to use it, and so this was where this little bit of thought came from. And if you haven't used a Gizmo before, basically what it is a tool for twisting wire into coils. So you can do it by hand round something, but it takes forever. You end up with very achy arms, and you won't get a very neat finish to it. So this basically is a worthwhile thing to have.
Keep your eyes peeled now if you want to know how to use this, because I'm giving you the opportunity to own it in a moment. So have a little look now, and you've got the chance to own it later on.
And if you're in awe of Rachel Norris's work, you need a Gizmo.
Oh yeah, she loves a good Gizmo,
Oh, she does,
doesn't she?
She does. So all I've done is anchored my wire just by wrapping it around the little bend in the handle.
Yeah.
And just make sure that when you do it, if you tuck that little tail upwards, it won't scratch you and it'll be out of the way.
Good tip.
And you want your wire, when you first put it on, coming over the Gizmo rod, so towards you, and you're going to twist your handle away from you. And all I do with my left hand is I hold and put a little bit of tension on the wire, and this is what you're going to guide it down the rod with, is this hand, and the other hand's going to turn basically just turn the handle. And as you can see, you don't have to have this right up against there. You can have it away from the bracket, and you're just going to keep twisting and turning.
How quick and easy is that? It builds up so fast.
And I'm using a 0.8 wire here.
Okay.
You could use a 1mm wire, that would be fine. Or even a 0.6, I mean, any of those would work.
Different feels and different looks, isn't it?
The thing to remember is the more threads you're going to put through the spirals of your sari silk, the bigger you're going to need the spiral to be. So you need more sort of space for those to go in. And then I've done some here, and when you do, just do one to start off with, and then you can measure your other ones against it. And these, I'd say, are just slightly over 1 inch long, maybe 1.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just literally cut that off my wire and take that rod out of there, and then I'm going to untwist the end, and then that will come off there.
Okay.
So it's nice and simple, just come straight off. If you find that you have difficulty getting your spirals off the rod, it could be you're putting too much tension on the thread, on the wire you're guiding.
Okay.
So if you're pulling it and then twisting it, you'll end up with a really tight spiral, and it might get a little bit stuck on the rod, but you can just normally twist them off.
Okay, brilliant.
I don't normally have a problem. Again, that's all to do with sort of tension and things, and just practice really. And what you want to do is you want to create 5 of those.
All the same size?
All the same size, or roughly. I mean, we're not going to
Count them.
Flowers are organic, you know, they have bigger petals and smaller petals, so it's not a problem. But you want to keep the tails on like I have. So I've left the tails on my pieces. So I've got the tail that was wrapped around and the tail that we've just cut off. And you don't need a particularly long tail on either piece. Then what I'm going to do is I need to stretch these out, because I won't get my threads in there at the minute because they're too tight.
Okay.
So I need to sort of pull them out to allow me to do that. And what I'm going to do is just with a pair of round nose pliers catch the first couple of links of my spiral and start to pull. You see that? So it's started to open that spiral up. I'm going to do exactly the same on the opposite end. And you roughly want this to be the same, but again, don't panic. Okay, so you've got something that looks a bit like that. Okay, and don't worry, it's got a little bit bent in the middle. That's absolutely fine. It's not going to be a problem. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a good length, probably just over 1/2 metre, maybe 70 centimetres, something like that, of my 0.8 wire. Again, this could be a 1mm wire, it could be 0.6. It's just going to be my core wire.
Okay.
Again, if the smaller your core wire, the more room there'll be for the threads to go in the gaps.
I see.
Between the spirals. So what I'm going to do is just take my core wire through the centre of my Gizmo coil. And then what I'm going to do is try and get that in the centre of my wire, is bring those ends together. And just pinch them together, take the petal and give it a twist. So I've now twisted that petal onto there.
Okay.
And I'm going to repeat that until I've got all 5 petals added.
Okay.
Like so.
Very clever.
Very clever, yeah.
Here's one.
Here's one I did this morning. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I was really unorganised and did it this morning. So you'll end up with something that looks a bit like a very scary thing, because you've got lots and lots of pieces sticking up at the front, and you've got your 2 tails which I've twisted together at the back. So that's the core wire is there, and then on the front, all that horrible spaghetti junction of wires are all the tails. So what I'm going to do with those is on each one, and this is kind of why it's, depending on what gemstones you want to put on them, make sure that whatever you coil your Gizmo with, the outside part will fit your gemstones. Okay. So if you did this with 1mm, you wouldn't get these beautiful little, are they aquamarine or amazonite? The amazonite. You wouldn't get them onto the wire. And so what I'm going to do is add one on, tuck it right down, and then give yourself about 1 centimetre of wire. Cut that off. Make sure no one's in the room where the wire is going to shoot off to, and then curl that down. It's quite funny. I was making some jewellery yesterday. I said to my husband, "Watch your eyes," and he sat there for 5 minutes with his eyes shut. I said, "No, I'm just watch the wire with your eyes. You don't have to sit there with your eyes shut." Oh dear. So yeah, we sat there. I said, "You're very quiet. What's going on?" "I'm watching my eyes." like a hoot.
Now, I've got for you, I promised you I'd bring you the Gizmo, so I better had now. I'm going to bring you the Gizmo with some wires that are really complementary and you can work perfectly. We've talked about the 0.8, which I'm going to bring to you as part of this bundle. It's in the bright fuchsia
Nice
colour.
fuchsia.
Wouldn't it be gorgeous? If you got, do you mind? Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
reaching across you. But if you got the Sari silks, how about doing the base of the Gizmo with the flower that we're doing now with this colour, and then maybe having these two colours spanning across?
That'd look
Gizmo
amazing.
with this to do the petals. Oh, that'd be nice,
Or
wouldn't it?
even the sort of feather design would look amazing.
yeah.
Would look
Zesty.
absolutely amazing.
Very bright, spicy.
Yeah.
So you've got 10 metres worth of your 0.8 in the fuchsia, and then bringing you the 1 mil, which again we've said perfect for use on the Gizmo.
Definitely.
1 mil in the golden colour for you today. I have got the Gizmo as well for you here. This is the 2-handled, so you've got the 2-side mandrels in this one, with a really helpful little step-by-step tuition. Of course, Sarah's just shown us exactly how to use this, but you could do so much with a Gizmo. You can Gizmo a gizmoed coil, you can create torques, you can create beautiful textured pieces such as this wonderful make from the lovely Gemma Crow. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine that in gold, which is what you've got in this kit. And I'm going to go as far as to say that this is 1 mil wire actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is, yeah.
To the looks of it. So this in gold, how gorgeous. And the Colourpop one, you know, we know what Gemma Crow's like. She loves, you know, really eye-catching pieces, and she's outdone herself on this one, using the same colour that we have got in the kit. Look at that, using this fuchsia colour. Isn't that funky? But look, all of this has been gizmoed. This here section is a gizmoed coil that has been put back on the Gizmo coiler to coil the coil of gizmos. You've then got your section all the way up to the torque, and even the clasp that itself she's done with the Gizmo as well. Funky, isn't it? Whole thing. All of this just with one tool. Simple as that. So get your hands on it today with the wire. 20 metres in total, 0.8, 1 mil, and the tool should be £15.35, because you know that we do amazing prices on our tools here. How about £12.95? We can do better, so we will. It's not over £15, it's under 10. £9.95 is your price point on this today. Congratulations, I've already got people who are getting it. Congratulations, everybody. What a great price. Get other people involved. Get yourself going on the route of the Gizmo coiling. Will you pass me Rachel Norris's piece over there, gorgeous Sam? You are such a love. You're so helpful to have around. Got a lovely Sam on cameras today. Thanks, love. Look, this is another gizmoed piece.
Yeah.
Gizmoing the Gizmo coil to create the whole torque section all the way up here, and the clasp itself. Let me show you the clasp on this, because that's a really amazing clasp. This is a beautiful Rachel Norris's piece. Gizmo coil to create your own findings and your own clasp. To so much. All of that today. £9.95. Congratulations to everyone. Lots of you coming in for this. AZGC69 is your code. Congratulations, everyone.
Right.
So we're adding on some of the. You are so helpful, Sam. You should get a pay rise, Sam. You're just in. You're there doing when I need. We've added all of the Amazon out now.
We have, yeah.
Lovely.
I cheated a bit and took a couple of the strands off, but you know,
I'm
it
telling
gives you the idea. Yeah. Okay, so what you might find is when you do this, that your petals aren't quite as round as you'd like them to be. This is where I found that my ring mandrel came into hand. And all I did with my ring mandrel was take the ring mandrel and stretch the petals so that they become a little bit more round. So you can see that one's a little bit more round as compared to the one next to it. So just literally stretch the petals to make them a little bit more round, and this will give you a little bit more, I don't know, flower shape, if you like, more like a daisy, I suppose.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So, and that's literally you can change it, and so you can see how that's just changed the shape of all of those petals.
It's bumped it out a bit, hasn't it?
It has made them a little fuller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than a teardrop shape. And for cameras, probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the purple thread because you'll be able to see it better than me trying to do silver on silver. Okay. And what you need to do is to keep your thread on its reel because you don't know how much you'll need. So don't cut a length off because you'll end up to just leave it on the reel. And one of the things that I found was, I don't know what I've just done with my Gizmo rod, there it is, that you can do, if you want to, is to put your thread on your Gizmo rod. It saves it flying around the house and it'll just come off there. So you can just unreel it.
Clever kitten you are.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a little top tip.
Love that.
Yeah. I always have to craft on my dining room table and there's never any room for anything and normally people eating lunch around me. Okay, so what I've done with my back base wires is I've just twisted them. So this was the core wire. So I've just created a little twist on the back and then bring those two tails together. We'll use those to anchor them onto the neckline piece.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is to take my thread and just do a double overhand knot over the bottom of that twist.
Okay.
It's very technical. This is where your granny knot comes in again.
Got you. Yeah.
And if you want to make that really tight, what you can do is a surgeon's knot. And a surgeon's knot is the same as an overhand knot, but when you take the tail through the loop, instead of pulling that into a knot now, I'm going to take it through a second time. And that will give me a more sturdy knot that won't come undone. And you need to sort of pull that down. Okay. Leave that little tail on. Don't be tempted to cut it off at this point. We're going to use it again. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to get this so I can work it, is we're going to do all 5 petals off one continuous piece of thread. So there's no cutting and joining or anything like that.
No worry to add on or anything.
No, none of that.
Good.
So what you need to do is just push your amazonite beads out of the way, so you can see the whole of the petal. And then what you're going to do is bring your thread up on one side of the petal. Now I'm going to be really horrid and move these petals out of the way so you can really see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going across the petal. If I hold it that way, can you see? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up in the next spiral, and the first couple are the hardest. So if I show you, and you're literally just looking for that next spiral, and you're going to keep going. So if I show you, can you see that? Oh, you can't because of my top. Picked the wrong colour.
No.
There we go. You can see it's starting to form. And you just literally, if you can wrap cords, you can just go over and over and over and over this one like this. And I'm just going to show you, once I get to the end, how we bring this back down to start the next petal.
How simple is that?
I know, isn't it just?
How cool. Isn't that gorgeous when it catches the light?
Yeah, it's got such lustre and iridescence to this. It's just, it's amazing. So when you put it next to gemstones, it's just going to look amazing.
How simple is this? Do you know what I really like about the technique that you've used here? It's a nice way to add colour to your pieces, but because the light's able to travel through, it's not like here's a pop of colour.
No.
It's like here's a hint of colour. Yeah, they're nice strong colours, but because of the way it's used here, they almost whisper to you.
They do. They're there,
Don't they?
but they're, you know, really calm.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
So there you go, you can see that's how I fill that in, and it just changes the look completely depending on whether you've used the same colour as the Gizmo coil, which I did on that one with the silver.
Because on this one with the silver, this is the one that your son thought was wire.
He did.
And I had to look closely because I thought, oh. So if you are one of those people who you're just starting out, or perhaps you're not that great at wire weaving, or perhaps you just haven't got time to do the wire weaving, because to wire weave a space that large could take you a really long time.
And it's quite tricky if you're doing that, say, with a 0.4 wire, to get it so it looks as if it's got no kinks in it at all. And I know that, you know, our expert wire workers can do that, but when you're starting, it can be quite hard to not get any sort of kinks and knots and little bits in your wire, and then that kind of spoils the overall effect that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And that's why people sometimes get a bit frustrated with wire work, because it doesn't always turn out And unfortunately, wire work is a discipline that needs practice.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas this doesn't.
So
I'm quite happy with that.
You can be brand spanking new and give this a go, and you will get this look.
Yes.
Fab, isn't it? Absolutely fab. Don't worry, people who are texting in, I promise it's coming up within the next 10 minutes. Within the next 10 minutes, I promise. Make a note in your head of the time now. Promise it'll be with you soon.
Okay, so to finish off, all I do is take that thread and make it come across the middle, to the middle of the coil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then bring it down the back. Now, mine hasn't done it. Hang on, bear with. There we go. And if that happens, like it did then, it just comes unraveled, just literally take it back until you've got a taut bit of thread again, and then just be able to hook it over.
Okay.
Yeah, and if this halfway through, you know, the doorbell goes and it all unravels, you know, it's just a bit of cord, you know, just redo it.
Doesn't matter.
It's not wire or anything, so it's not a problem.
That's good.
And then what I do is I normally keep my finger on the cord at the front of the flower. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap around those base wires.
Okay.
And this tail that we left is going to form, I'm going to hold it all, and I'm going to do a knot with one hand. So this is the tricky bit.
Do you want me to hold it, or are you all right?
I'm going to show you that it's quite easy to do. So I've got the knot in there already. And all I now need to do is just pop that down and pull.
Oh, easy.
Easy. And that, so I'll just show you at the front and at the back. So that's the front.
Yeah.
And the back's got that one cord running down the back of it.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the leaves, instead of having that one cord running down the back, you make it run down the front, like a little vein in the leaf. So it's just the same technique.
So clever.
And what you would do is you're going to, because that's knotted on there, I don't need to cut that off. Keep going and do my next petal. Keep going and do my next petal. And in between each petal, just knot off around the back of your base wires, and you'll be ready to go again. So if now I put that down, nothing's going to come unravel. It's all knotted up. Then come back to it and put the next petal on and the next petal on. If you wanted to, you could tie it off and put each one on each time. But I didn't see the point in that. And it's more things that could come unravelled. It's more tails of thread that you've got to deal with.
Yeah.
So that's how that flower was created, and the leaves were done in exactly the same way.
How simple is that? I absolutely adore it. It looks such a gorgeous effect. It really, truly does.
Do you think we've got time to do the...
We have got approximately 17 minutes.
Oh, loads of time.
Is that all right?
Yeah, loads of time.
Loads of time.
Loads of time.
I've had a text in. Sarah, that is amazing. Love this technique. Can't wait for my kit to arrive so I could have a go. Fabulous, Sarah. And that's from Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Just amazing what you can come up with when you're sort of sat there with a load of thread.
Honestly, they are gorgeous though, aren't they? They are absolutely beautiful pieces. And you can tell they're great pieces, because I'm sure you're feeling the same as I am, Amanda, where I kind of, as much as I love being here, and I do love working here, and I like being on the show, I do sort of just want to go home and make this right now. Do you know what I mean? When you've got that feeling, that's the feeling I have got. So we've shown you how to do the flowers with the leaves. Yes. We're going to move on in a moment, after the thread zapper, to this design, aren't we?
Yes.
So this is going to be, you can obviously do this multicolours design.
You could add as many sort of layers of colour onto this. I've stopped at 2, but you could have put a third one in there if you wanted to. But bear in mind, the more cord you put on, the more of the space between the coils it takes up. So, you know, you don't want to over push it and then have something that'll come untangled with wear. You want this to sort of, so, you know, just if you need to go to a bigger Gizmo cord, because I only use the smallest rod, go up to if you want to do more colours, maybe go up to the next size Gizmo rod. You'll have a more substantial frame with more space for more thread.
Good tip, I like that one. We'll be having a look at how to do that in a minute, but let me just shimmy this over, because this needs a runway. It's here. You have waited and waited and waited. You have been wanting to get your hands on this for far too long. The last time we had it in for you, we only had 49, and they went within seconds. Thread zapper. Thank you! Thread Zapper's here! Oh my giddy Aunt Sally, I cannot tell you how much this tool is adored. You have got the chance to get your hands on the back in stock Jewellery Maker branded Thread Zapper. Already loads of you coming in. I gave you 48 last time we had this. 48? What's the point in getting 48 in? This time we've learnt from our mistakes. We've got a couple of hundred. But it's still really flying out. So you're gonna have to be quick. Now, Thread Zapper.
Thread Zapper.
Talk to me about this. Get your Thread Zapper out, because I know you've got one.
There we go.
Good.
Yep, Thread Zapper. Basically, for any cord that has a fusible, meltable property to it.
Okay.
Okay, so things like your ribbons, your organza bags, your satin cords, any of those cords where you want to finish them off. If you got the paracord as well, you can, you know, do some. If you don't want to use a naked flame on your paracord, you could use this to do some of the sealing work with it. If you didn't want to do that, so any of those sorts of cords, you can basically fuse them together. You can cut them and melt them onto each other. You can seal your frayed ends of things like ribbons, so you don't end up with any frayed edges on your ribbons. Gone are the days of trying to paint it with a bit of nail polish and stop it fraying that way. Just cut it with this and it will seal it straight away. And I use it all the time when I'm doing Kumihimo, when I'm doing macrame, any of my braiding things. Just, you have to have a thread zapper. It's just one of those things. I mean, I use this all the time. You know, you get a bit of cotton off your clothes and you just don't want to get the pair of scissors out. Zip, gone. You can cut through cotton and it just won't seal it.
That is fab, isn't it?
Yeah, so, you know, it's just a bit easier than having to reach for scissors and things like that. Just use this.
I'll be honest, there's a bit of a queue on the phone. About 40-second wait, so that's not too bad for you. You've heard how amazing this is, and the fact of the matter is, it's £7.95 for you today. How easy is this to use?
Very easy. I'm just going to look.
Yeah, go on. Go and have a nosy. Now, this tool is going to seal ends. It means that with certain threaded materials, you can splice them together, so add them together. So you can actually have a graduation in colour and different cords. It's a way of adding on with cords. It means that you're not going to get any of those frayed edges and ends, which I'm sure if you've done, as I'm sure many of you have, say, certain macrame knots that you do, and if you've got a certain type of cord, it can fray at the end. It's natural. It's what happens with many, many cords. You can seal this off, give it a perfect slice cut with no chance of fraying. So that means that your designs are going to last and last and last, as opposed to if you just chop it off and over time the fray gets larger and larger and weaker, and in the end your piece can just fall apart. This fuses it together. It's such a great tool. Can I have a quantity check, please? I've started with 200 of these. Half my stock has gone. Loads in baskets. Check out for me, $7.95 for you.
Okay.
Let's have a look at exactly how to use it, shall we?
Okay, so this is, I think, some sort of satin wax.
Waxy satin
some
cord,
sort
yeah.
of cord. And that's the end that I just got out of the pack. Can you see?
It's already frayed.
Already sort of frayed. And what you could do is you could just use your thread zapper and just touch it, and that would seal that fray up. But what you can do is this end here. Can you see? I've thread zapped this one already. And can you see it's sealed that end? It's almost got like a little bit. So what you can do with your thread zapper is just turn it on, and to turn it on, you just literally push the button for a second, and it should start to smoke. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that's natural. It's not a problem.
It's meant to do that, isn't it?
It's meant to do that, and just run it through like that.
I see.
And that's it. That's how easy your thread zapper is to use. If you have your organza gift bags, I know Debbie Rudge did some organza flowers where she almost, I think it was Debbie, it might have not been, I can't remember, but she made some organza little flowers out of the purple gift bags by using her thread zapper to cut and seal the organza gift bag into floral shapes.
That's so clever.
You know, I don't know as a thread worker how I ever did without this, because you do your, you know, the Solomon's bars that you do for the back of bracelets,
yes.
the square knot bar. Yeah. to seal those, I mean, I was trying to glue them and I was trying to do this, that and the other, and actually if you've got the thread zapper you can cut your cord until you've got about 2 or 3 millimeters excess cord.
Okay.
And that would be from where you'd finished. What you would do is then cut it with your thread zapper, but then also just do a gentle sort of almost painting, sort of like if you were brushing it.
Okay.
And you actually melt the cord you've just cut to the cords underneath. It's not going to come undone because they're bonded permanently. And the amount of times I've made macrame bracelets and I glued them, and then, you know, the kids go in the shower with them, and then the glue doesn't seal as long as, or it's a brittle glue and it can't take the movement or whatever reason, and they come undone.
Yeah.
You've got to then sit and make that bracelet again. And if you're selling your jewellery on, if you're giving your jewellery on, you don't want it to come undone. You want to have that professional finish. And if you look at any of the professional bracelets out there that are sort of Shambhala style bracelets, they are all done exactly the same way. They're all sealed. And that's what they're using. They're using one of these.
And you've got your opportunity if you're quick. Started off with 200. I have got way less than 100 left. Way less. Lots of different cords this shows you how to do it on. I've got a text about this as well. I use my zapper to blur my name and address details on thermal labels so I can pop them straight into the recycling without shredding.
Ah, so she got...
Clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah, there's so many different things that you'll find. I mean, do you know like the price labels you get on clothes?
Yeah.
You know, those little plastic price labels. If you can't find your scissors, zap them.
And you know what? When you cut the labels out of your dresses at the back, especially the one right in the middle of your back that's really irritating, you can't get too close because you don't want to actually cut your brand new dress. But so you have to leave kind of a millimetre in that phrase.
Not only a phrase,
that makes
but
it itchier.
Yes, yeah. So you could again
Zap it, seal it,
and you'd have it wouldn't fray. You'd be able to get rid of the label, and you'd not have anything that itches.
Isn't that fab? Thank you very much for your message in. Just to let you know that once everybody checks out, I'm probably going to have about 40 left, and that's it. Once everyone checks out, so low, $7.95 is your price point. Right. Let's have a look whilst everyone's on the phone. Still around a 45-second wait on the phones, but trust me, now's your opportunity to get it. 0800 644 655. Make sure you're checking out the baskets if you're on the internet. Check out as many times as you want. Once or 20 times today until midnight. It's only $2.95 no matter how much you get. So check out to secure it as yours. $7.95 for you today. We're having a look at this one now.
We are. And what you'll need to do for this one, again on your smallest rod of your Gizmo, is to do as much as you can fit onto your Gizmo rod. Okay, a standard rod, as much as you dare fit on. And when you pull it out, you can see you get a good long length of your spiral. So this one I've just done exactly the same way, created the Gizmo, and then just pull the coils to create a little bit of space in between them. Okay. This is enough for 2 of those flowers or petals. So all I do, and that's what I did for the outside ones. The one in the middle was a bit of a Gizmo coil I had left, so I just decided to use it.
Oh, that's good.
So just roughly look for the middle. Use your flush cutters, and that's roughly about the same length. There you go. Look at that. And I'm going to use, again, a piece of 0.8 for my central core. This is actually a 1mm wire I've used on the outside. So it just proves that you can use different wires. Okay. And all I'm going to do again is just pull the 2 ends together. But what I'm going to do is just take that wire to a right angle to stop the coil from trying to slip. So I've got something to pull against. And then just take the longer wire and wrap it a couple of times around. It doesn't need to be neat and tidy because we're going to hide it all.
Okay, good.
That's how my wire work works. I'm trying to hide everything. And again, I'm going to use
your mandrel.
My ring mandrel, but this time I'm just pulling against the bottom. Hold the top wires and pull. Okay. And that will create that teardrop shape for me. Fab. So if it goes out of shape like that, you think, oh no, you can just do that and get it back into that teardrop shape, no problem at all.
That's fab. Good tip.
I know a lot of people panic with wire work and they say, oh, it's all gone wrong. hasn't.
Don't worry,
No,
it hasn't.
no.
Fixable.
Fixable, it's wire. Okay, so I'm going to use the orange this time.
Oh, why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and again, I'm going to keep it on the reel, take the tail of the wire, the thread. It looks like wire.
It does always.
Yeah, and just take that, and what I want to do is catch that knot, but I want to catch it actually where I've twisted the wire at the end, because that will stop the knot from sliding away from me. And again, leave that tail on. Don't take it off, leave it on there. And this time it's a slightly different wrapping technique.
Okay.
So the base is slightly different to the top. What you're going to do is you're going to take your wire and just take it down almost to the centre. The thread.
That's all right.
It's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap in such a way that we're going this way, we're going down, and this way we're coming up. So if I show you. So first couple of wraps are the hardest. Can you see I'm going in the sort of diagonal this time?
I see, so you're going opposite.
Yes.
The opposite point.
So this side's coming down, and this side's coming up with the wrapping.
Spanning around, isn't it?
If you did spirographs, that sort of thing, you know, where you do those with the pen and it kind of does that.
I know.
Yeah, it's a similar sort of pattern you're going for. And then just keep going. I don't know what's happened to my thread. I've got it all tangled up, but never mind.
It's all right.
Don't worry.
So you're going one step each direction on the coil.
We are. And we're going to
So
do
it's always opposite each other.
Yeah. And you'll take a lot more time at home.
Of course. Look how quick it builds up though, isn't this great?
It is quite quick.
I just want to let you know that I've last chance saloon on the thread zapper. Sorry. Once you lot check out, I'll have about 20 left. And I need to let you know this as well, just in case you're unsure. I haven't just got 200 in this show and then, you know, tomorrow they'll have another 200 and then the next day. I've got all of them. I've got them. I have the zapping power.
It's not gone to your head though.
No. 200 of these, I've got them all. That's it. That's it. So please do, you know, if you want them, now's your chance. We have put another order in, but we can only get what we can get at a time, so it might take weeks, it might be months again before you see this. $7.95 for you, do message in. Do call in if you want to get your hands on it, and please check out the baskets, now's your opportunity to do so.
Okay, so I'm almost all the way around. I do apologise, I have no idea what's happened to my thread. Oh, and it's got tangled around my pliers, I'm so sorry.
That's all right, don't be silly.
Oh, there we go. Should have enough now anyway. There we go. And that's just going to take that to the top of there, like that. And again, just take your thread and wrap it around the top a couple of times. And then you can cut that off. And just tie an overhand knot again, using the tail of the thread you left behind. Surgeon's knot, just to check that's okay. It's not going to come undone. That's it. We are able to cut that straight off now.
Okay.
So you don't have to panic about that because it's all knotted on there. So it's quite neat. And then to create the other effect, sorry, it's my fault. Put that
That's
down.
all right, don't worry. We'll
There we go,
catch
hold
it.
that. What other colour should we use to create the other effect? What do you fancy?
Gold.
Gold.
Please.
Right.
Although, that was so hard to pick because I think they would all go.
They would.
But I'm just thinking, I want to see a little bit of a vintage subtlety.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so again,
Gold.
gold.
Wow, that thread zapper, I've not got any left, hardly. Hardly any left of that thread zapper. What I will say is, check out ASAP. I know I keep saying it, but the funny thing is I say it and then people just don't do it, and then we run out and then people get upset, and I don't want that to happen. So here's your heads up.
Okay, so the second colour, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a point,
Okay.
halfway or three-quarters of the way down, and you're going to do a very similar thing. So you're going to start at the top, but you're going to go to that point you've picked.
So, yeah, I see. So kind of 2/3 of the way down.
Yeah, and then what you're going to do, instead of going all the way until you get back to the top, you're going to go until the thread on this side reaches the same point as the thread on that side.
So you're almost creating a V shape.
I am. And it's a bit hard the second time around because you've not got so much room.
Yeah.
But if you can keep a good amount of tension on the thread as you're doing it, then you'll be able to keep this. But if can you see I've let go of that because that's actually caught in that spring.
Yeah, I see.
The thread's not coming undone.
So you're not constantly fighting it.
No.
It almost locks itself in,
and you
doesn't
kind of feel it sort of click into place sometimes. So just a little bit longer.
Again, working from the spool.
Yes, working from the spool. Don't cut it off because you'll use more than you think. Because for each move, you're going right round the pendant.
Oh my gosh, joke. 29 left of the thread zapper, 30 in baskets.
And you'll know you've reached the top because you'll have no more spirals on one side and you'll got down to the other side on that side. So if I show you that way around, so you'll have none left.
Yeah, I see.
There we go. And then I'm just going to take my thread and again I'm going to cut that there and just wrap it around and tie that overhand knot in it.
And knot it.
Knot it, and again.
How cute is that?
Yeah, there we go.
Take a look at that. How beautiful and easy is that technique? I love that colour palette together too.
It does look nice, doesn't it? And then
Good earrings.
To finish off, just cut your threads, and all I did was the cord that's sticking to the top.
Yeah.
Turned an overhand, a loop in there.
And looped around.
Loops around. Oh, try not to hit your elbow on the gizmo.
Good tip.
Yep. Just create a little loop for that to hang on to the pendant. And then all I did was cut that off, cut the same off on the other side.
Yeah.
Create 2 little spirals and hide your working.
That is so fab, isn't it? How easy is that? Do 3, you've created this beautiful piece. If you did manage to get your hands on the kit, congratulations. I'm sorry if you didn't, it was a sellout. And guess what? So's this thread zapper. I've got about 6 left and loads in baskets, $7.95. We are going to give you the opportunity now to get on the phone so that you can order the last couple of these. So we're going to head over to a break. How's your challenge going?
I've made a ring.
Oh, good.
That's all I've made, though.
Don't worry, you've got at least 50 minutes of fun. Join me after the break because we're going to have a look at the challenge, and also I have got Last Chance Saloon, andalusite, amber, tanzanite, and so much more. I'll see you after this.
Jewellery Maker is your one-stop shop
For all your jewellery making needs.
Our mission is to provide you with the best quality products.
Value for money and excellent customer service.
Come and learn with us. Tune in every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know that if you go to jewellerymaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you will receive 20% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. This week, Jewellery Maker is offering an amazing wirework deal for all our customers. This bumper pack has everything you need to get started in wirework or to simply stock up on your essential tools, including an array of different gauged wire, 5 DVDs for all different levels, a hammer and block, a gizmo, the wire twisting tool, nylon jaw pliers and the wire wrapping jig. This is an offer not to miss out on. All of this for just $49.95. To get your hands on this limited edition offer, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
designer inspiration. My brother Pete has just bought me a water, and he's got it from kind of the kettle in the wardrobe. Well, it's somewhere weird, and I just went, oh, it's in the jug that has been there since 8 o'clock this morning, and I just went, oh, Pete, that water's horrible. He went, yeah, I know. That's what little brothers are for, isn't it? Thank you very, very much for joining me this afternoon. My name is Rebecca Redican. Feel free to call me Becky, though. And today I am joined by the ever so lovely Sara. Hi, love.
Hello.
You had a lot of fun today with all of your treats, didn't you?
Do you know, I just had so much fun. So lucky. And if you've got those kits at home, you're going to make some fabulous things from them.
Oh, you absolutely are.
But it's such a treat. I mean, really, to work with them. So I'm just feel very blessed.
Oh, I'm glad. That's so lovely. Challenge going all right. You've made that ring. It's beautiful.
Yes, made a ring so far. So don't know what I'm going to do next, but I'm sure I'll come up with something.
You'll whip up something, I'm sure. Now, I have got some special treats for you. Is all of this last chance? Quantity, me, producer. Quantity is 5. Price point. Okay. 3 words. Amber under 20. 5 left. Gotta be quick. Normally when I have amber on, I will talk to you about the rich and diverse history of this fossilised resin. I will go into depth about how unique and exquisite every piece is, whether it's only a youngster and 5 million years old, or if it's one of the ancient 500 million year old pieces. I will talk to you about the fact that you could, encapsulated within your amber, have a piece of organic or an animal that is no longer in this world. But I haven't got time today because I've got 2 left. Your price is $14.95 for you today for this cognac. I'm sorry, it is last chance. You've got to be quick. If you see anything that you like at this point, just get in there quickly. I'll give you an idea of the quantity of each one. I'll give you an idea of price point, and then do just get yourself on the phone lines. It is a sellout once you lot check out. Congratulations, $14.95, stunning. Quantity on this one. Just take a look first for me. Just take a look. This is zircon. I always go a little bit quiet around zircon. We all know that zircon's one of my favourite gemstones in the world. And I always say to you that I believe personally, I believe that zircon gives me so much more than diamond, so much more. It is purely, I genuinely believe that zircon itself should demand a higher price point than diamond, and would demand a higher price point than diamond if it had been promoted as well as diamonds have. It's doubly refractive, it's bifringent, which means it gives you more sparkle, double the amount of sparkle you can get from a diamond. It is aged and shaped the world, and in fact I was having a little look on the news the other day, and I found something for you. This was in the news the other day. So this is taken from a very well-known newspaper, and it essentially just says to you, talks to you about zircon. So you can see, I think, about the 4th bullet point down there is about zircon. Essentially, what this is saying, and what this massive piece, you can see it was there on the 16th of September. It was in all the major newspapers. Basically, they found and aged a piece of zircon from Iceland, and it is totally, again, this again has changed the way people think about the formation of the Earth. Because they found this piece of in Iceland. They've done lots and lots of experiments on these fragments, and what it's basically said is, back in the day they used to believe that the Earth was almost a fireball at its creation, but actually just from these pieces of zircon, because it's the oldest mineral known to man, the oldest gemstone known to man, over 4 billion years old, they were able to say that the Earth actually wasn't a fireball back in the day. What it actually was much cooler. It was a much easier and kind of more hospitable place to live in than they ever thought. So not only has this gemstone been the gemstone that helped age the world, and it truly did, because before that they didn't know, they didn't have a clue that this gemstone was, that the Earth was as old as it was, but then they found this, dated it, and said, hang on, this has been created before we thought the Earth actually began. So this has already changed that. And now, literally, 16th of September, so what was that, last week? Last week in all the major newspapers, zircon, this week, it was this week. Oh yeah, news from this week. So all the major newspapers are now talking about this gemstone again, because now it's come back into kind of the kind of knowledge of people's, it's come back into kind of society, been back in the news, been publicised, and now, again, it's changed the way science thinks about the world. This gemstone has done that. I adore this gemstone, I genuinely do. I hope you could feel my passion and my love for it. And in fact, I know you can, because guess what? Half of my stock has gone. Your price point, just £24.95 for you. It is bedazzling, isn't it? Only 10 of them available, 30 carats worth of your zircon. Got to move on, because I have got some goodies to fit in for you today. I absolutely love that strand. Congratulations to the people who've got that strand. I love it. Oh, this is what I was meant to ask you about in the break, Ryan. Have you still got that email slide I sent to you on Monday or Tuesday? Have you? Gosh, you're good. Gosh, you showed it on the show yesterday? You weren't with us yesterday. Vicky stole my slides. I'll let her. Ryan, get out. Yeah, I put the picture on there and everything. I have got this strand for you. I just want to give you a bit of info on it first. This is an email that we got sent from Steve Bennett the other day. I put that photo on, not him. I got this on the 16th of September, and he says, hi team, just spent today at the biggest gem show in the world. All gems have gone through the roof in price, and tanzanite being the worst. Prices have jumped 200 to 300% depending on site. Some miners and cutting houses are even refusing to quote a price and are saying make us your best offer and we'll confirm it at the end of the show. This has never happened before in the industry. Please make sure you don't trash tanzanite prices, as we might not have it for much longer. Regards, Steve, a tired, worn-out gem hunter. That is not the type of thing that Steve would usually send around to us. It's truly not. He means business. 200 to 300% price hike. And also, think about it this way. You're going to a huge gem fair, the cutting houses, the people there, the workers there. Let me get your pricing. I've got $32.95 on this, low quantity. Simple as that. Simple as that, low quantity. Think about it this way. You're going to a huge gem show. People who work with this gem every single day, work this gem, love this gem, know this gem, are saying to other professionals, I can't give you a price, make me your best offer, I'll tell you at the end, whoever wins it, whoever gives me the best price, they'll have it. That's it. That doesn't happen in the industry, does it? Generally, it is with this. Congratulations. Oh, it's a goner. It's a goner. It's officially gone. Thank you very, very much. Another one you're going to have to be quick for. This is last chance, okay? I've got 8 of these, that's it. It's a #1 gemstone in the world. You really do need to be getting in quick. I cannot tempt you enough because I've just seen how many people missed out on that tanzanite. I've got 8 of this, so this is even less. And this is a gemstone which truly has to be one of the most popular in the world with gem collectors. The reason this andalusite is so special and so loved and so adored is because of the history, because of the interest, because of the big names that have worked with this gem. Your andalusite is such a special multi-tone. Now, let me get my light out behind this. I've already got people checking out the baskets. Do you know what? I haven't got time. Get your price in. 55 carats worth of andalusite. Your price today is just Connoisseur's Choice Andalusite, $17.95. On our sister channel, we do a collection called Redican, and these are one-off, ready-made pieces for you that even at our prices will be demanding £7,000, £8,000, £9,000 because they're gorgeous, stunning one-off pieces. Andalusite is used in that collection. That's how significant this is. Take a look with the light behind. Take a little look, because I really want you to see the light behind it, to see how beautiful this gemstone is. Look at that. Oh, hello. Get back on. If my torch is broken, no, I'm fine. Look at that. Can you see how it's almost got this look? Half my stock's gone. Isn't it beautiful? I think it has almost an amber-like feel to it. Do you know what I mean? Reds, greens running through it as well, though. Let's go back the other way. I just want you to really see each and every one. Don't worry, you won't have to get your torch out at home. You haven't got crazy sunbed light shops. Unless you live in a sunbed house, obviously. A sunbed shop. No, one of those left. One left, 2 in basket, $17.95. Congratulations, everyone. Let me bring to you now. Now, this one, remind me of quantity. 30, right, yeah. So, I have got, this is one of the highest quantity pieces I've got in my last chance offer, but it is a last chance because we know whenever we have this on, it goes out in moments. I personally have never had this one in particular alone. This is your gem collector selection. Take a look at what you're going to be getting. 37 opportunities. This is your spectacular rainbow moonstone. Now let me get this out for you. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open it really, really carefully because I don't want to ruin that bit there. Hang on. I want to leave that stamp on it for you. There we go. Now, you have got with this collection is the Connoisseur collection. It's called Gem Collector. These are the pieces that we generally don't get to actually sell on our channel. Our sister channel sells these, and now and again, if they've got a few left over, we'll be able to have them. This is what I'm about to show you, the archetypal pinnacle head point of Rainbow Moonstone. This is, let's just put it this way, every single attribute you would wish and hope to have from this gemstone you have in here. This is almost the peak point, the #1, top of its performance type of gemstone for this Rainbow Moonstone. You've got the opportunity to get it today, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. I've got to let you know though, it comes with the certificate of authenticity and everything. I need to let you know I've already got people buying, and it is so special. Now I wish you could see the shiller. You can't because the lights in here are killing it a little. You can see it a tiny bit, but this packs so much more of a punch, it really does. I'm going to get it out for you to really have a good look at. I feel really special to be able to bring you this. This has clarity unlike you've ever seen. And honestly, I know you can't see the shiller and the sheen because the lights in here kill out blue, and that's what this has in it. But just believe me, I'm going to try. Oh my gosh. Imagine this in a prong set ring. You're not. When we say pinnacle point of something, when we say, I wish I could bring you some of the blues, but it's so hard. Look, tiny bit. Look how clear that is. It's gorgeous, isn't it? This is the pinnacle point of luxury. This is the #1 high-end appearance. This is every single attribute you would hope for in Rainbow Moonstone. This has it, 'cause that's why it's our gem collector range. That's what it's about. Gives you info on the gemstone as well here. It has your authenticity certificate as well that you can see here. Authenticity certificate, and it gives you loads of info on there about the actual gem itself. When I say to you that you have got the archetypal #1 ticking all the boxes variety of a gemstone, you're probably going to be expecting a price point of around, what, £30? Maybe even more, actually, because you've got 0.65 of a carat here, so you might even be expecting slightly more than that. We do it so well here. It's not £30, it's £9.95. That is our buying power. This is proof of our buying power. We go to the mines ourselves. We pick out wonderful, Steve, look, you can even see that shiller from there, even in these awful lights. Steve goes to the mines himself, and he goes through standard checklist for the gemstones, and when he sees ones that contain all the attributes you would expect and want and dream of in a gem, he puts it in this collection. I only had 37. I've now got 3. Once you 3 check out, I will have 3. Once you 3 check out. £9.90. Look at that shiller. Honestly, you can't even get a feel of this. It's it's hard to explain, but just trust me on this. Faux prong set it. Do a real prong set on it if you want. Do you know what? Why not just stare at it? I'll show you it from the other side as well. Gosh, the clarity on this is absolutely phenomenal. I can't get over it. Oh, I love it. Oh, sorry, I've not got time to show you the back of that because I have got hardly any time left. That is your Moonstone. Congratulations. There's a couple more coming in for this now, so if you want it, do check out your baskets as soon as you can. I always feel so special that I'm going to put it back in its little pouch as well, so that it's nice and safe. Even if you just have that on your stall for people to look at. Even if you just have it in your home. Maybe you're one of those collectors who actually has the set of these, because I know quite a few people collect them and just have them in like a photo album booklet, because people collect them and love them. Congratulations. Okay, where are we going, love? Wow. 11 is my quantity. Chrome dioxide is the gemstone. Price point, under £50. Yep. Chrome dioxide is a special gem because with chrome dioxide we are working with one of the hardest gemstones in the world to get your hands on. First off, the mining conditions are almost impossible to describe. This has a cleavage point within it in 2 directions, which means that cutting and shaping this gem is almost impossible. When I say 2 cleavage points, what I mean is, if you imagine a rough for me, so a large rough of this, generally what we'll have in a rough is you'll be able to cut and carve away as you will and as you please. In chrome dioxide though, you have 2 cleavage points, not just 1, which makes it a nightmare anyway, 2 that cross over each other. if this cleavage point, this weak point, the weakest link section, is even, I'll get this, even polished incorrectly or too hard on that point, the whole rough just disintegrates, crumbles. The cleavage point is almost like the foundation point, almost like the column, the sort of beams of the gemstone. Even if you just clip it and polish it wrong, the whole thing disintegrates. You are going to be getting on chrome dioxide and a massive, a really low yield, because it's so hard to get your hands on. You've also, though, got a massive, massive waste point, which means that when you're creating these shapes, you could be actually, from a whole block, you might actually only be getting a 4 or 5% yield. What month are we in? September. So we're July, August, September. Yeah, we're at the end of it now, aren't we? We're at the end of the mining season for this. You can only mine for 3 months, don't forget. And also the mining process got put back on for this by a couple of weeks this year because the weather conditions were so bad. So the mining term or season, as it were, on this gemstone has just finished. So that means that if we can get some that's being mined now, for our transport time on chrome dioxide, it usually is about 5 or 6 months to get from the source, because obviously it's got to go through all the process and everything else. So we might get some in. This is obviously from the beginning of the section, so hopefully we'll get this in a month or 2, 3 months maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. So if you want it, it's your chance to get it now. It is a massively sought after gemstone. Your price today is just £34.95. That is spectacular, truly, for a gemstone that we can't get our hands on whenever we want. We can't just, go to wherever in the world and collect it. No, you can only get your Russian chrome dioxide. It is the place to get it. And then when we do get it, the fact of shaping it and... Oh, it's a garnet? Oh. Well, I was just in the middle of saying something very important. Tune in next time for the continuation of that chrome dioxide story. Congratulations, everyone. I absolutely adore that. Last chance on pearls. Where did you find these, you cheeky chap? Lovely. Pink cultured potato pearls. Quantity? 15. You have got pink cultured potato pearls here. Take a look at the colour of them. Look at how pretty this tone is. Again, look at the smoothness again. Get right in. Sam, I'm not afraid. You get that zoom on, love. You zoom on in. I'm not worried. Look at that. As close as you can get without being inside the pearl. Look at that, smooth as anything. That is one of the things. Do you know what? I don't care. I'm going to rotate this so you can really see around it. That is one of the things that demands a seriously high price point, the smoothness. That's one of the main things you look for, because that's one of the parts that makes your pearls easy to price point, as it were. Now, you know I did those 10mm for you earlier on? How much were they, remind me? I know they were an amazing price, weren't they? Like 19.95 or something like that, weren't they? Those were 10mm, so they were bigger. They were perfect rounds. These are not. These are 1mm off it. But they were equally as smooth. Because these are, if you couldn't afford that, £20 price point or whatever it was before, $19.95 I think, if you couldn't afford that, couldn't fork out for it now, but you love the smooth pearl, you love the high end, now is actually your opportunity, because these are slightly smaller and they're not a perfect round, so I'm able to give you a better price point on a beautiful, smooth, high-end pearl. But I've only got 15, so you've got to be really quick. Hello, triple buyer. Your price points for these beautiful, smooth £11.95. So if you couldn't fork out earlier on for the larger pearls, now's your opportunity to get the quality but at a lower price point because they're slightly smaller. Simple as that. You've got the quality there, the size is slightly... I know, right, I know that these are a potato pearl and I can see by the size that they're not perfect rounds, but from where you are, from where you're sitting at home, they look it, don't they? Don't they? £11.95. I can't get over that. Okay, lovely ladies and gentlemen, you have still got opportunities to get your hands on this. If you wish to get it, get on the phone now. I don't want anyone to think, oh, well, it's they've only got 15. I know they're going to sell out really quickly, so I'm not even going to bother. I've still got the opportunity for you to get them. I still have. Getting on the phone now. May as well. £11.95. You've got to be in it to win it. I always say. Always. Daily. Daily. All right, not daily. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. Look at this amethyst. Fall in love. Oh, how many have I got? I've only got 32 of this. That is a pendant, isn't it? This is that bit in Titanic where the lady throws that massive gemstone into the sea, isn't it? It's that bit, yeah, Rose when she's older. It's that bit just after Rose goes to Leonardo DiCaprio, I'll never let you go, and then just drops him. It's like that, just after that bit. That's what this is, isn't it? I've never seen this before. I'm so excited to offer you this. Look at the deepness, look at the richness. The size of this is spectacular. What's my quantity? I've only got 32. Let me show you this against my neck. Look how huge that is, even from there. That was huge. Statement piece, that, isn't it? That is a statement gemstone right there for you. If you were to create something with this, what would you be charging? Seriously, what would you be charging? If for a second, even just this on a bit of chain or with a bit of cord, even if for a second, oh, Ryan, I wasn't going to show that. It's all right. Because, wait for this. Now, wait for this and imagine how good this would have been if you hadn't ruined it. My price today for this is just £17.95. Even if you thought about selling this for a second for under £30, for this one, you would be doing yourself down. You'd be doing the gemstone down. £17.95 for this is absolutely beautiful. But for this, and for this, and for all of these other ones, that is exceptional price point. Who wouldn't pay £17 just for that one? Who wouldn't? And you get all of these extra ones. I have seen in a well-known craft store, I know I always tell you this story, but I'm absolutely flabbergasted still by it. I'm going to go in actually this weekend, weekend. My day's off tomorrow. I'm going to go in tomorrow actually and keep myself up to the loop. Very well-known craft store. Buy yourself one agate cab, one, same price point. Look at the size of this amethyst. You would pay that, because amethyst, don't forget, higher price point in general than agate. You would pay that just for this one anywhere else. What do you think of this, Sarah?
It's amazing value for money.
For all of them.
I look at the quality and the cut and the size. And can you imagine if you wanted to be so decadent just to set that strand into one neckline piece? No, the whole strand. I'm going to be really decadent. I'm going to have the whole
Do it.
Whole
Do you know
lot.
what, Sarah, why not? Do
Because-
the old set.
Can you imagine wearing that on Christmas morning?
Oh, yes, Sarah, I can.
Can you imagine if you were to give that to somebody set it maybe with some seed pearls. If you've got some really baby-sized pearls in between those amethyst, put it in one of those beautiful velvet boxes. You know, the ones like the Pretty Woman box. Yeah, beautiful box. Give that to somebody for Christmas. And they think you have been to one of those top-end jewellers where you have to speak nicely to the security guard to get in.
Yeah.
Because it's got that look about it. It's got that presence.
This would make anyone walk a little taller. This is the type of piece that you will wear and you will kind of walk with a straight back and a high head. It is gorgeous. I'm on board. I want them all in one piece. All of them.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I would be buying 2 strands at that price, because then I can do my all in one piece. I can have one as that centre one as a pendant for when I'm going out with the girls somewhere and I just want a nice casual piece. I'll put that onto a long chain, and then I've got enough there to be able to make, you know, a bracelet or some earrings or some other sets of jewellery.
Love that.
Because you can.
You can, absolutely. I've got about 9 of these left. Congratulations to everyone who has checked out. If you want it, because that price point is amazing, get yourself on the phone. £17.95 for you. Oh, wow. Is this the last chance? This is the last... Oh, we've got loads of these now. Oh, end of last chance. Congratulations to everybody who got that. I've got some pieces for you now, which we've got loads of, which is nice. And great prices. Under a tenner, I'm starting off with. Under £10. I wonder if you can see that, Sheila. Oh, what? Yeah, you go. Yeah, you can. The lights in here are dulling it a little bit, but you can still get a feel for it. Oh, yes, look at that. Oh, that's high quality. Normally, trying to get Sheila off grey Moonstone is like trying to, oh, I don't know, melt butter with an ice cube. That's how hard it is, usually. But the quality of this is so outstanding. You can see that sheen and that Sheila without me even having to try. Wonderful gemstone. So much myth and history. Oh, that's reminded me, actually. I have got on my Facebook page, my Rebecca Redican Presenter Facebook page, a glamorous picture of me and my producer Helena this morning. Me with no makeup on, Helena going, have you seen my hair today? Do we have to do this? I was like, quickly. And I said, I'll do it on my camera because it's a bit rubbish and blurry, so it's fine. We took a picture of ourselves today because I've got on my page, I'm calling it, oh, I'll tell you in a second. I've done a bit of I've put some ideas on there that me and Helena were talking about last night, and it's future show themes, because we did the birthstone the other day and it was so popular. We're going to do another one of them in November, so I'll keep you posted on that. But if you go on the Rebecca Redican Presenter page, I've got a couple of options for up and coming show ideas, and you get to pick 2 of your favourites, and we'll do 2 of them. So you get a selection of choices, you get to pick 2. It's happening next month. I've called it Option-tober. Not the reaction I expected, guys. Oh. So if you want to help us plan for coming shows, then do get involved. This strand reminded me of that, because one of the options is to do with kind of the historic gemstones with historic beliefs. So kind of the crystal healing ideas and beliefs of certain gemstones could be an option. We're going to pick the 2 most popular. And Moonstone has a lot of that, if that's the type of thing you believe in, all to do with fertility and to do with happiness as well. 135 carats worth I have here. My price point is honestly astonishing. You're going to love it. £7.95 for you today to get your hands on this grey Moonstone. Now, Sarah, these are quite unusual shapes, but actually, if you got that citrine that we did for the challenge, it would go well. But what would you do with this?
Do you know, they work beautifully. You can either put them all together and actually sort of just have a little tiny spacer in between them, and it gives some sort of undulation and movement if you do that. But they're beautiful if you want to wire wrap them. They're beautiful if you wanted to use them with your other mediums. So if you wanted to use polymer clay and make some sort of matching or contrasting beads, maybe with some texture as well. So you have all that natural quality from the Moonstone, but then you have that sort of matte or, you know, textured feel from your polymer clay. I could do so much with them. They're beautiful. I need those with our amethyst, actually. I think they'd look lovely with the amethyst.
I love that.
Yeah.
What kind of metals would you put with this?
You can put silver would be my option straight away, because I'd be putting the icy quality with the Moonstone.
Yeah, I love that.
But if you want to add warmth and texture, why not put rose gold in there? You know, put that rose tone in there, or antique bronze if you want to take it more on, so maybe a sort of steampunky feel and sort of vintage feel. So you can do so much with them, because they've got so much quality to them, one on its own, I think. If you wanted to make a real statement ring, or if you wanted to make a big pendant to, you know, have set in the middle of a wire work piece, would look amazing.
Well, I love that idea. They're really versatile.
They are. They're very versatile, and don't be put off because it's not around. I know a lot of jewellers, you know, when they first start, I actually like organic shaped gemstones because they make you think a little bit more out of the box about your designs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. £7.95 is your price on this today. Last chance to get it, 135 carats worth of your grey Moonstone. Congratulations. Say that to me again, lovely lady. Oh my goodness. The quality of this is phenomenal. Can I ask you something? Think about or have a little look at what you've got in your collection when it comes to rose quartz. What have you got? Have you got the silk-like internal structure? Have you got the completely opaque gemstone? That's nice, that is lovely, that is, you know, a beautiful rose quartz. But when we're coming to quality and price points, we say the clearer the gem with rose quartz, the higher the price point. It's unusual that we have the clear variety on the show, but today I've got it for you in abundance. Just enjoy this, because it's beautiful. Oh wow, look at that. Look at the light. Just beautiful span, isn't it? It is truly a wonder to behold when you're able to get this quality. And one thing I adore about getting this quality is you're getting the chance to have the colours of surrounding gems spanning through, if that makes sense. Let me show you. Let me show you with the tanzanite, in case anyone got that tanzanite earlier on. So you're enjoying it like this, aren't you? And you might think, oh, I need to keep pairing this with pinks, but no, look. Pair it with other colours and you're still getting that span through, aren't you? You see that blue just trickling through? So that means that you're getting a beautiful variety of tones. Let's try with another one. What about those pearls? Oh yeah, they go nicely together, don't they? Look at that. This is the effect you get. You're getting a span through. So that means that even though they are pink in base colour, they're going to go with everything because they've got that chameleon quality to go, oh, I've been paired with this gem. Is this my impression of a gemstone? Apparently. Oh, I'm paired next to this gemstone, so I'm going to look a little bit like it. It's nice. I adore it. Don't think I have ever done a gemstone impression today. Team, will you tell me the truth? Be honest, because Pete's gone home now. Okay, be totally honest. Was that gemstone impression better than some of his impressions? Yes. Thank you, team. Love you loads. 50 carats worth of your rose quartz, seriously high quality. Now, what I will say is, you know, look at the fire, look at the brightness. Isn't that gorgeous with skin tone? So lush. Let me just let you know something. I genuinely believe that the price point is not indicative of quality. I'll be honest with you. The reason we were able to get this price point is because we bought in bulk massively on this, way more than we normally would buy of anything. But the reason we bought so many of this strand is because we saw the quality of it. We got a massive quantity. Bearing in mind, sometimes on gemstone strands we'll get 100, maybe 150 at first purchase. We bought hundreds of this, which meant we got the quality, but the price dropped. Your price on this stunning strand is amazing. $6.95 I know, I was absolutely blown away because you can see the quality of this. You know how amazing this is. That price point is purely because we bought so much. So much. That's it. Because we bought so much, power of purchase. It's like anything when you go places like Costco and things, isn't it? Other shops are available. You buy a bulk, you buy in bulk, you buy a mass of things and you get it at a lower price per item. That's all we did. And you know that we pass on, that saving to you. We as a company believe that that's one of the reasons you guys, you know, watch and buy and get involved, and it's one of the reasons that we still exist here as a channel, because let's face it, if you didn't watch, if you didn't buy, the channel would not be here. So it's our way of saying thank you to you and making sure that you stick with us and you help us grow and expand. It's by the fact that we go, right, we've got a great deal on this because we know they love this, we know the quantity, the quality, we're going to get a great price, and then we pass that great price on to you. We don't hike it up because we know we could easily demand $16.95 for this. We could do, but we don't because we want you to keep buying from us. It's as simple as that. Multi-buyers, quadruple buyers on this. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. $6.95, you've got yourself a real treat. That's absolutely flying out. Don't worry though, I've got hundreds, I've got loads of them. If you're watching at night, get yourself another one. Why not? Why not? Okie pokely, where am I going, sorry? We're going to price drop something. Oh, sorry, I wasn't meant to say that. I didn't know we were price dropping this. Oh my goodness. Oh. Did you get that, Amber? I'm going to do the lowest ever price. This has been out, am I? That's exciting. Oh, look at the opalescence. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love opal. That in fact is an understatement. If opal were a man, he'd be Brad Pitt or George Clooney. Yeah, that's opal for me is a gemstone which genuinely I am head over heels passionate about. I could stand here and talk to you for at least 35 minutes about how much I love opal, but then I'd have Ed stood next to me and I'd be cutting into his show and no, it wouldn't be good. Yeah, Liam wouldn't be happy because I'd just be stood there rambling on about opal still, saying, guys, I did promise. I've only got 10 minutes of my show left, I can't cut into theirs, can I? But I could, genuinely easily. I'll pick out one attribute that I adore about opal. Which one should I pick? 'Cause there's so many. One of the things I adore about opal is the fact that back in the day it was regarded as an unlucky gemstone. It was a talisman that people thought was very unlucky to have in their presence. A bit like, you know, peacock feathers. People used to say, didn't they, peacock feathers could be unlucky, didn't they? And there's all these strange myths and laws. And sometimes the origins of these myths, laws and legends are quite hard to find, quite hard to depict. But the myth and legend behind this being bad luck had such a dramatic effect on the gemstone market that it's documented, and we know why people think this was bad luck. It's because there was a gentleman called Sir Walter Scott, and he wrote a book. And within this book, he had one of the main characters was called Lady Hermione, and she was falsely accused of being a demoness, and it was said that she wore opal. That was it. That was it. The drop in the market within the space of weeks dropped by 50%. That has never happened, and still up to this day hasn't happened so dramatically with the gemstone. The worldwide market dropped by 50% on this gemstone. Nowadays it's seen as good luck. I love that because I love the underdog. Do you know what I mean? I'm always one of those people who I always root for the underdog, always. I'm not particularly into football. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm more of a Hollyoaks kind of chick, if I'm honest. Yeah, I am. And Corrie and EastEnders. Anything that's a bit soap-like, I'm usually all over. And Northern, apparently, yeah. But sport's not my thing. When I'm watching sport, I always, if I can't decide on a team, I'll just go, who do you think will win? That one? Yeah, I'll go for the other one then. I just love an underdog, and that's one of the reasons I love Opal. It's had a flip reverse now, though, because people have realised just because that was written in a book many, many years ago does not make it true. And now, actually, when it comes to things like Feng Shui, it seems the good luck, because, you know, a lot of the time you'll have the rainbow cascade internally. Rainbow's lucky. In Feng Shui as well, it said that if you have it in certain places in the house, it will give you different benefits. So it really has had just an upspur in popularity. I adore Opal, especially when it has the sheen and the glow like this. 50 carats worth of your fire Opal, I'm taking it to a never ever seen before price. Your should be price. Tell me what we're going to. I want to know before you lot. I love that. Would you like £4 off? Because I can do better. Your price point today for Fire Opal, this is a never ever seen before low price for you. £12.95 is your price point today. Helena, I love you. I love that whenever we have Opal on, you seem to either find us amazing quality Opal, or you can just get it that you love and you just go, I know Becky loves this, let's take the price down. I believe truly that everybody should own Opal. I truly believe that. I think everyone should have a fair few strands of Opal in their collection, because it's just so versatile, beautiful, and a bit magical, if I'm honest. Whoa, loads of you coming in, blimey. Oh, guys, whenever I sell Opal, yeah, this is going to make me sound really weird. Whenever I sell Opal, my director's just gone, we know that already, mate, it's fine. And we know you're a bit weird, not a problem. Whenever I sell Opal and I see all your names come up, it's kind of a time that I go, oh, Pauline, oh yeah, me and her would get on, yeah. Oh yeah, I like Lorna as well. She knows what she's talking about with Opal. Yeah, I like that. I look at all your names and I think, oh, I'm so glad other people love this as much as I do. Pamela, I like how many you're getting, chicken. At £12.95. I want everyone to own that. Congratulations. I just love it. I just love the richness. I've got a chance to squeeze in one real quick little dealio for you before I head over. Wow, you've done a lot to see Sarah's challenge. Do you know what? Talk about ending with a bang. This is ending with a fireworks display. Emerald. Don't mind if we do. Just throw that in at the end. Just squeeze it on to the last couple of minutes. Oh my gosh, and it is beautiful. 60 carats worth of your emerald. This is one of the most sought after gemstones in the world. It's one of your big four. It is such an archetypal gem, isn't it? And it has got that emerald green. Look at that center drop, that elongated drop. Your price point today, wowzers. Oh, sorry I whipped that out before. I know, but I could feel that you were going to say 1 and 1. That means move the camera. I could feel it, and I was already there. That's how connected we are, Ryan. £17.95 for emerald, for Cleopatra's favourite, is astonishing. I'm going to make it unimaginable. I'm not staying there. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I'm happy to. But no. Helena's just going low on this. £6 off, have you just said? I've got hair in my mouth and I don't care, because that price is amazing. £11.95, genuinely, this is emerald. What do you think of that?
I think someone's definitely got the price wrong, because that is just way below what I would ever expect to pay for emerald. And you know, you've got so much on that strand. So if you just wanted to make little wire wrapped pendants, little wire wrapped charms, where else would you be able to get that many?
Oh, no idea. And you wouldn't.
You can do so much with these. I mean, just to change them, either change the colour of the metal you use with them. I'm looking at rich gold and maybe putting some little spacer Gizmo coils in between them and just going for that sort of drop style necklace, or whether you want to put keep with your silver tones and go for that more sort of wintry, icy feel with them, and go for, because you've got so many tones on that strand, which is what I love.
Amazing, isn't it?
And again, another really good friend to work with the amethyst if you manage to get them.
It's stunning, isn't it? I can't believe that. Congratulations, everyone. Multi-buyers on that bad boy. Loads of you getting it. 60 carats worth of your emerald. Let's head over and have a little look at what Sarah's created. Just as a quick reminder, loads of you coming in for that stay where you are. We're gonna put the citrine at the bottom of the screen. If you remember, we gave you, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. We gave Sara the beautiful selection of those massive citrine nuggets that are at the bottom of your screen, just $7.95. Look how many pieces you've created. Wowzers.
I didn't have much time, but I loved them, so I just went a bit mad with them. Why not? And it just proves that you can be indulgent, or you can just use a single one. So, if you wanted to do the similar sort of designs, if you got the Moonstone ones, and just change the metal tones, you'd be able to do similar sort of designs.
I love it. How did we create that?
That is just 2 pieces of wire that are wire wrapped, which you're going around the band of the ring. And then I used the wire that I'd done the banding with to attach the gemstone, because they've got quite a slim drill hole through them. So I used that to attach it. And then the tails are just what's creating the wraps underneath. So it's actually just 2 pieces of 1mm wire and a length of 4mm wire. Just a little bit of wire wrapping, very, very, very simple.
It's fab, isn't it?
It takes time to be neat with your wire wrapping around the base of the ring, but it's so worth it.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Again, this is, the difference between just using plain wire and doing a wire wrapped ring and then doing the wire wrapping is the difference that you're going to have when you come to sell this. You can charge an awful lot more because of the workmanship that's gone into it.
So true. How have you done these curves as well?
That was on my ring mandrel.
Oh, really?
took the wire down to the thickest part of the ring mandrel and then ran it back down to the smaller part of the ring mandrel again. Just spread them all out, wire them together, and that's it.
That's so simple.
Very, very quick, very, very easy. But I was running out of time and I thought I just want to have something to hang those 5 beautiful gemstones from.
And you've definitely done that. And lastly, but by no means leastly, this one.
That's a really simple one again, using one of the findings that you quite often will find. This is one of the slider clasps, and I've just used a couple of jump rings just to
love it. It's so special. When are you with us next, Sarah?
I think on the 27th, on a morning show.
Fab. So keep your ears peeled, you know what I mean, for Sarah on that day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Today. I had a lovely time. Congratulations to everyone who got all those brand spanking new products. Stay where you are for the late show, and on Wednesday you've got myself and Laura Binding for a craft fair special. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Me and Sarah will see you very soon. Bye bye.
Jewellery Maker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from